The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
So the 8th year anniversary spectacular has come and gone, and so has my hangover. And now the road to our 9th year anniversary begins. Maybe we should slow it down. Let's try to get maybe 9 episodes. Yeah, let's get to the next 9 episodes, and we'll see where that goes. But, it's been a great, crazy fucking week. But I watched some movies, some I revisited, some I've seen for the first time, and maybe we could talk about it. But for right now, hey, most of us are here. Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Welcome all you little zombies. You're listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 419 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is the world's most dangerous podcast and is recorded in front of an undead studio audience here at Castle Wolfenstein. Also at the Lair of La Swag within the Raven Chateau. Also the Lair of the Gods, and also not at Casa de Zero. There is no answer at Casa de Zero. It is a fucking mystery.
Did you call the right number?
It's not you.
It's not a number, Raven Shadow. Do you
Is it a
understand
man?
how the internet works? Well, I guess technically it is an IP address, which is a number. So, in a sense, maybe you are right.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if the IP address didn't work, then maybe
The IP address.
IP address, yeah,
Is that like the Hippodome?
the IP, yeah, IP address Alba, wasn't he? Who's that guy? He's good. No, but like, I mean, you could text them. There's what? There's Messenger. There's your little IP address you talk so much about. There's the telephone.
I don't know, man. I don't know where he is.
Shit.
In fact, he left early last week, didn't he?
It was weird.
He was falling asleep.
Maybe.
I don't know. I guess it's just 3 of us then this week.
Shit. Well, it came close. It could have been 2 of us. Well, 2 of you actually.
Yeah.
It was
That is
fucking dire.
that is true. You almost didn't make it this week.
Oh, it was rough, Johnny.
You want to talk about it?
I do. I think I'll try to make a long story endless or less.
As you always do.
It's fair, but all right. So there was some a storm. What was it? Like Hurricane Isuzu was coming up. What was
yeah,
it called?
Joe Zuzu. Yeah.
Joe Isuzu was coming. I don't know. They run out of names for like storm events. Now they're just making shit up. But so there was a storm that came up into the New England area, and on Tuesday, if I'm right. So I get home and it's kind of windy out. Whatever, it's not getting as much rain. And my mom comes over because she was dropping off supplies. Listen, Aries, it's okay for a 43-year-old man to have his mom bring wipes over and paper towels. Yeah, well, she goes to the BJ's, which is our big box store that we have.
Did she buy you butt wipes?
No.
Sweepes? You get some Sweepes?
All day. No, but then she found I got a big Galactus size thing of paper towels, which was nice. Some the spray, the
spray.
Yeah,
That's
Lysol,
so descriptive.
Lysol sprays to make the bad things go away.
To make the bad things go away.
And some
Can I spray you?
Just come over, dude. So we're talking. And she's like, all right, we're talking about some mom and son stuff. And all of a sudden the power goes up.
Mom and son stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. What is that?
If you were a mom or a son, you'd fucking... Well, I guess
I am a son.
I guess you're half of that. Fair. But nevertheless, so we're talking about, parental and child stuff. And all of a sudden the power goes out. She's there 10 minutes. 10 fucking minutes tops. And it's like, all right, well, I'm going to go now. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just be here in the dark. So she goes to leave, and drives down my hill and then calls me and says, there's a tree in the road. I got to come back up. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? A tree in the road. I'm like, let me just do something. I'll come down and check it out. She's like, no, I'm outside your house. Can I come in? Oh my God, say fucking no.
Outside your house.
Yeah, I'm on the roof. I'm gonna jump. So I'm like, yeah, come on in. So I go down and check it out, and I wasn't really concerned because I have a guy on the bottom of my hill that his job is a tree remover. Like he does trees. Like I have a weird like suburban village people thing going on in my neighborhood. I got a plumber, I got a firefighter, I got a teacher, and I got a tree cutting guy.
And what are you?
I do dick jokes on a podcast.
He's the wacky neighbor.
The wacky neighbor.
Hey guys. The clap comes in. Yeah, no, I'm just a weird guy who lives alone with his dog.
You're the house the parents tell the children to stay away from.
Yeah, don't go near his house.
Don't go near there. There's the podcast. So now I go check it out, and literally it's like a fucking like the main beam of the fucking Ewok village in fucking Endor came down on the fucking road. It is huge. And for those who know where I live, there's only one road into my neighborhood because we're on.
Well, you got to tell people because they're going to come to the blackout Bacchanalia. So you should give your address out right now.
Yeah, it's got a name in it. Okay.
Raven Shadow Lane.
Yes. Babaleo Drive. 69 Babaleo Drive. But there's a big fucking tree in the road. And the thing is, it's on wires. So now the tree guy can't cut it because it's on wires. You know what I mean? So now it's fucked. So now mother comes back. There's no power. Now, meanwhile, she has to get home to my father, who has a broken foot and can't move. He can't be on it. To up the ante, she's now going to be late to give her cat his diabetic shots, her cat Spider.
Mm-hmm. Her cat Spider.
Her cat's name is Spider. Yeah. Because he has those extra, like almost like catching glove, like a baseball mitt paws.
Webbed
like paws.
Yeah,
webbed. Is that what you're trying to say?
The six finger thing.
Yeah. He's got the extra paws.
It's not an extra paw.
I mean, all right. Well, extra. Would they have fingers?
Oh dear Lord! Continue.
Do they have paws or feet?
We need some flashbacks.
Yeah. Can we have a veterinarian call him, please? I'm concerned about a bill.
Hey, Coop is he works at a veterinarian. He's a vet tech.
He does, yeah. I gotta ask him some questions too.
Yeah, Josh says, does it have 8 legs?
I don't know what it's a Siamese. It's a purebred. It's fucking weird. But the cat's name is Spider. So there's that anxiety, and then I get anxiety too. Where like, all right, I got candles, I got weed, I got flashlights, but my mom's going to be here all night. That's fucking weird. So it's getting later. So we decide her friend that could pick her up doesn't get out of work till 11 o'clock. But now it's 8 o'clock at night. And I got to say, MVP, best girlfriend ever, Marion, came through and left her house and was able to.
What's that stand for? Most valuable. What?
Princess. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where you're going, Johnny. Yeah. MVG, most valuable girl.
There you go.
MG. And I think those of you that know me would know that's true.
Is your mom an MVM?
She is. Wait, Johnny. I don't know where you're going with that.
Most valuable mom.
Okay, I thought you might have took a fucking turn there.
What the fuck? What do you think I turned?
What did you think he was talking?
Yeah.
I thought you were baiting me.
You hear what you want to hear, Raven Shadow, sometimes.
All right. Well, I heard what I would have said, I guess. So we go down flashlights now, and so we get her. We climb over the fucking trees, and Marion picks her up, and it's great. And then she even because I woke up and there was nothing happening that night. There was no helicopters deployed. There were no people come. Cars drove by with like sirens and then drove away. So then she came and picked me up the next day for me to go to work. So she definitely took care of us. And power was still out last night. So I ended up, Ollie and I ended up crashing over Marion's house at the Marion's Tavern, which is pretty cool. And it was very cool because she was very accommodating, and she has 2 cats that weren't too kind to the cut of Oliver's jib. But they were very nice, and yeah, so definitely took care of. Marion was awesome and definitely came through. And I was concerned that I wouldn't be able to be available to the show because they gave us estimation of recovery time for Friday at 10 o'clock p.m.
Do you, when you get drunk, do you give it an ETA for your recovery time?
Yeah.
You tell Marion.
Yeah. I just say I'm gonna take a nap, and then
No, you don't say that. You just take a nap.
yeah. Well, listen, I'm like Van Damme's a hard target. I'm a hard sleeper. John Woo picture. But no, she was great, and I had plans to go over there tonight, and we had some backup plans, like maybe I could record from my phone, get some headsets, get the Skype going.
Oh,
But,
that would have been great without MZ and you on fucking your phone.
Actually, a show of Aries and Johnny, like I want to hear that show.
That would just be like complete like deadpan. Just us just talking the movie, no jokes at all. Just,
There'd be no one to play off of.
yeah.
But I want to hear that show. Like, I think my power's going out again. Maybe it's a bad connection.
Marion said, I would have loved if he had podcasted from here.
Oh, yeah. It would have been. We had a whole thing planned.
Then why didn't you just do it?
Well, because I was here. And I had to pick stuff up. I had, put the AC on. It was fucking weird. You know what I mean? It was days. Days gone by. Everything in the fridge is dead. Sucks.
The Uncrustables? You got to throw out the Uncrustables?
Oh, yeah. Unless it's fucking eye drops and hops, it's all fucking going. I'll tell you that much.
Jesus. Eye drops and hops.
Yeah. Fucking terrible. That night, I didn't eat it all that day either. So I was like, oh, let's get something at home. And I got home, power was out. So I had fucking Fritos by candlelight, me and Oliver. 43 years old down in the cave. But I was still grateful. I was grateful that I still had a cave to hang out into. I was grateful that
to hang out into.
Well, yeah, to be safe in a cave with flashlights and candles. I had my dog next to me. I had the best girlfriend ever. Saved my mom. And
the MVP.
The MVP.
Yep.
And I hate fucking Fritos by candlelight. It's awesome.
I picture the only thing different about this whole situation is by candlelight.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only thing differently. Usually it's eating Fritos by cigarette light.
Yeah.
I dropped that one. Where is it? There it is. But no, I came home. I turned everything fucking on. I put every TV on. I put the fucking everything.
Why?
You making up a lost time?
Yeah.
What?
I was just fucking showing God.
You were showing God.
Oh shit. He doesn't listen. Not only to the show, but to people's prayers and cries.
Dr. Chris is hanging out. He says Ravenshaw just compared himself to Van Damme. I would have compared him to Dick Van Dyke, the smokestack cleaner.
Oh, thank you, Governor.
Touche, yeah. Governor. So you got home, your power was on.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Did you throw a party? What'd you do?
I fucking did laundry. I did laundry. That was exciting. I put the AC on. It was good. No, it was nice. It was just good to be here. I was excited to do the show in the studio, but it would have been fun to do it over Marion's house, and then do the podcast. But no, she was awesome. Yeah, that's a joke. That's Belle. So
Yeah.
good. But no, happy to be here. And no, thank you very much, Marion. My mom thanks you, and it was very nice. I'm happy to be here with you guys. I missed MZ, but yeah, I'm excited.
Are you?
Yeah. Can't you tell?
Josh says Fritos by Cigarette Light sounds like a Tom Waits song.
Yeah. Freedom by cigarette light. It's all right in the night by yourself. With your dog, you lost your mom. Big fucking tree.
Jesus.
Hello.
How about yours? Did you lose your power?
I did not lose my power.
That's good.
I fortunately live close enough to a transfer station that I very rarely lose power.
We got the storm here, but it wasn't like they were saying it was going to be like wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. So we live on the third floor and we have a balcony, so we took all of our stuff off the balcony, and it really wasn't even that bad. So we probably didn't even have to do that. But yeah, it seems like it hit a little bit harder up there, maybe.
Yeah, when it's even so like joking, like when the tree came down, like a few minutes earlier, like that could have been me driving home. It could have been my mom driving up, like, and it didn't seem like it was that bad. I mean, when it was windy during the day, my work job there's no windows, so I really couldn't tell, and it was kind of sunny when I was driving home.
Your work job.
Yeah. And then just like, what the fuck?
As opposed to what?
Not work job.
Which is...
Yeah, which is what? This?
Kind of, yeah. Or Monster Zero from March to up until a week ago.
So, well, I'm glad you got your power back, Raven Shadow. I'm very happy for you.
Me too. Thank you.
I'm sure Ollie's happy as well. He doesn't get terrorized by cats.
Yeah, no, we got some great photos of Hank just being pissed that all of it was there. There's one shot of him just looking down on him, like, what the fuck is that?
Did he have the high ground?
He did have the high ground. He did. That worked out real well, but it was nice. It was nice. Marion was great, and it was very nice for her to provide sanctuary.
Sanctuary, yeah. All right. Well, on tonight's show, we're going to be talking about an Australian monster flick. Maybe you could call it a seafaring slasher, or monster movie on the sea. I don't know what you call them, but anyways, we're going to be talking about that flick. It is called Blood Vessel. We'll be talking about that a little bit later, and then we also have some voice messages. If you're listening live and would like to submit a message, feel free to send us a voice message or an email to podcast@trickortreatradio.com. Looks like we got some leftovers from the 8-year anniversary potentially that we can get to, and whatever else folks sent in. So if you guys are listening live, you want to get in on that action, go ahead and send us a voice message. Podcast@trickortreatradio.com. We don't say this every week, but if you guys have yet to leave a review for the show, you dig what we're doing, go ahead, head on over to Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to us. I think most places have, some form of feedback that you can give. Apple Podcasts is probably the most important, though. So if you do listen to us there, go ahead and give us a 5-star review and leave a few words about what you dig about the show so other people can find it. Because as we continue on, we've been doing the show for 8 years. Every year that we, continue to, or I should say every week, but we'll go by years. Every year there's literally thousands of new podcasts in the same space that we're doing, for in the TV and film category. So there are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of new shows. Now, do they release podcasts as often as us? I don't know. But still, it kind of clogs up things, and we may not get found as easily because there's other shows out there. Right, Raven Shadow?
That's the thing, Johnny, and now more than ever, I mean, how many fucking celebrities are out of work right now? And it's not a dig to them, but there are more and more podcasts, coming out, and that's awesome. That's great. There's something for everybody. But if there are shows that you dig, if you like us, if you like Outside the Cinema, if you like Tales from the Podcast, if you like Talk Without Rhythm, if you like original content, if you like the Dead TV, you know what I mean? Like if you like Force and Sensitive, let it be known. All it takes is just a review. A few words, hey, I dig this, to kind of separate from the noise. It's not a dig to anybody else doing their thing, but you know what I mean? If you want something, that is you've been following, just to kind of separate from all the noise out there.
Wow. Look at you. Did you up your game a little bit now that you were listening to other podcasts? You kind of understand how they work? Is that how this is going?
I think I just finally figured it out.
Because yes, there are a lot out there, and it is very easy to get lost in the shuffle. And obviously, we have some great listeners that come back every week that subscribe to us, and but there are a lot of people out there that just find it by accident. Whether maybe they just saw the movie Blood Vessel and they're like, "Holy shit, I got to hear people talking about this. I want to hear what people have to say," or they're looking for to see what's available on VOD, and they happen to find Trick or Treat Radio. Then they're gonna look. Well, they're gonna look and see. Okay, all these shows do VOD movies. Okay, this one looks cool. This one doesn't have any new reviews. Maybe they're not doing the show anymore. So it's good to keep them fresh. I don't want to harp on this too much. We've already talked about it more than I wanted to. But if you guys have never left us a review, or even if you have, just click the 5 stars. You can go ahead and click write a review. And then just put a few words, let people know what you dig about the show, why they might like it, and we'd really appreciate it. So, Dr. Chris says, I can't always stick around for the full live show, but the opening shit you guys talk about is better than Conan or Colbert cold opening. Wow.
All right.
That's some shit. I'll take that.
Yeah, buddy. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Corny says, thanks for mentioning From the Canopy, Raven Shadow.
Dude, I was just fucking thinking about that. Okay. Literally, you were like fucking little Jack Horner piercing the Christmas pie on my brain right now, okay? Because I was thinking about, what you're going to check out? It's fucking Corny's joint from the fucking Canopy. You know what I mean? But no. And that's the thing. When you say things, you make lists and you forget somebody. But no, I was thinking about you, buddy. So don't think that. I love you so much. You know this.
And Chromcast Josh is hanging out, and he says, when you said you wanted to punch everybody in the intro of your show, I laughed and immediately agreed with you. He must be talking about Corny?
Yeah.
Because did you say you wanted to say you wanted to punch everyone, right?
No.
I was thinking it, but that's my normal thought process.
Oh, shit, our boy Andy. Andy from the UK is hanging out watching live. He's like, live! He doesn't really get to check us out live,
shit.
So that's awesome. It's good to see you, man. And so that's what we're doing. Talking about Blood Vessel. Got some voice messages. It is the week after the 8-year anniversary, so the energy might not be quite there. We're missing MZ. We don't know where the fuck he is, but we'll get through it. We'll persevere, Raven Shadow. Right? Do you know what that means?
Yeah, it's a Saudi 4th.
There you go.
I didn't persevere. I didn't have power, Johnny. Okay.
Yeah, you did persevere.
I did persevere. I was like fucking Percy Puff Puff, just trying to fucking the engine that could, dude.
Percy Puff Puff?
That's a reference that only Monster Zero would get. It's a fucking Three's Company fucking throwback that Jack Tripper was.
Oh, okay. Is that like the Puff This League?
The Puff This League? Oh, man. I've been talking to Rocky a lot. We're working out some. Yeah.
You got your international minutes flowing.
Oh man, he is sharing all the stuff. Yeah. What was he? He had a great name. I was gonna be either the Bong Tiger, or no, the Blaze Tiger, or Captain Bongarang. That'd have been cool. Oh, he's gonna be Death Toke. Yeah, Death Toke the Terminator.
Death Toke. Why don't you be the Quarantine Titans?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a great fucking name. But the new Teen Tokers.
Andy says won't be here long-term listener. Love you all. We know who you are, Andy, and we appreciate he has been around for a very long time, and we appreciate everything, my friend. We appreciate the support. I know Andy's even and I keep calling him Andy, but his name's Andrew. But Andrew has called in a bunch of times as well in the past, so we appreciate you tuning in. I know it's like, what time is it over there? Like, I think 2:30 a.m. maybe, somewhere around there. It's either 1:30, 2:30, or 3:30, but it's late and or early over there. So we appreciate you even just popping in for a few. And Dr. Chris says MZ is at the police academy in Moscow right now.
He might be. MZ to Moscow.
Evil Corny says, I talk so much shit, I forget a lot.
Same, buddy.
That's yeah. I was gonna say Raven Shadow feels your pain.
I think I'm literally getting like social dementia. Like I just that's a different kind of social D. Like I don't even know what. Like I can remember fucking like every superhero name from 1945 to 2005. But like I met a neighbor during the blackout, and I don't know her name, and
Wait,
it was like 2 days.
The blackout bacchanalia that happened already.
Oh, did it happen? I don't know, John. I'm fucking forgetting things. No, the nature's blackout.
Nature's
Yeah.
blackout. Oh god.
F you, nature. Fuck trees, okay?
Oh shit! Marion just pointed out something I didn't even realize. Next episode. So this is episode 419 right now. Next episode is 420. I'm gonna leave a message about on the weed.
Oh, yo, Rocky, you're in the back. You're gonna be on for 20.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I can't book this. I'll get in trouble. But no, Johnny, can Rocky come on out to play next week?
That's up to him.
No. Rock. I know you're listening, buddy.
We're gonna do like a Cheech and Chong movie or something.
We should.
Creepy girl is bummed out. She says, "Where's MZ?" And Marion says it's a mystery. It is. We don't know where he is.
We hope you knew Creepy Girl.
Yeah, maybe he went to North Kakalaki to find you. All right, what else we got going on? So, Raven Shadow had a harrowing week. Got it. Check. And I love Raven Shadow when. So we started a little. Well, I'm sorry, we didn't start early. We connected up early to make sure nothing had happened at your place because you did lose power. So we connected up, and then I told you, go ahead and do your thing, do whatever you got to do, and then you were back here right about 8, maybe 8:02 or something like that, and so at that point I decided I need to go get some water and go to the bathroom and stuff before we start, and then so I told Raven Shadow he has 3 minutes and he had to be back in his seat before I was, and were you back in your seat, Raven Shadow?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I'm in my seat now.
Yes. Were you in your seat before me?
Well, I wasn't. I mean, I don't think we should. It's not about racing, Johnny. You know what I mean? It's not about who wins. You know what I
Once
mean?
again, there's an excuse for that.
I'm just saying that. I don't know if it should be a competition. I love you, brother. I don't think
It's
It
not
wasn't a competition.
It was.
He gave you a simple rule.
Yeah.
You could get up as long as you were back in the seat before him, and
Yeah.
you failed that.
And you failed.
Was it a rule though?
Yes.
Was it
Yes.
Yes.
Or was it more of like a guideline?
No.
No, it was a rule.
I felt it was strongly encouraged, but not mandatory.
Do you do this at work? Raven Shadow, why weren't you in your seat at 9 a.m. or whenever you have to be in?
Yeah, no, well, there's a funny story. There was a fucking thing on the dock. Guys came in. It was fucking nuts. You know?
The darkness came in.
Dock. Not the darkness. The dock. The loading dock. It was fucking prop. I got an email, whatever the fuck. It's
Oh,
hard.
God. Knock it off.
Plan B would have been staying at my parents' house. That would have been fucking really weird. I thought we'd have to like broadcast from the fucking Hyundai.
You can broadcast from the pool house.
In the pool house, yeah. It'd be really hot. That'd have been wild. But yeah, plan B would have been...
No, you could have come over. You could have sat right here with me.
You didn't offer.
You had all these plans. I didn't think I had
Yeah,
to.
you did have all these plans.
It would have been nice to say, yo, bro, you could have came to my house. We could have fucking...
Yeah, look, I got all this room right here.
Yeah, you could socially distance.
Yeah, I would do that. I would social distance in Aries' basement. Put a little cot down for me. A little cot.
A little what?
Cot. Little cot.
Cot?
A cot.
Mr. Cotier.
Yeah, sleep on.
Mr. Cotier.
A Boba Fett suitcase. Nice.
Oh, speaking of Boba Fett, that reminds me of there's a connection between Boba Fett and the director of Blood Vessel that I'll have to mention later when we talk about Blood Vessel.
Ooh.
Evil Corny says, Wolfie, Raven Shadow's hair doesn't do itself.
Thank you, Corny. I showered beforehand. No, because like even
You
though I get the
showered
water,
beforehand.
yeah, it was hot. But no, even without the, I'm on a hill, so without my booster tank, my shower pressure is really shitty. So
You know what? Just get a new fucking
nozzle.
shower head. Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, you said that.
I know I did. I moved in here to my place, and water pressure was left a lot to be desired. I just bought a new fucking one that had high pressure. I think your water. I think the nozzle for your shower is probably as old as you.
It might be older,
Yeah, it might be.
like MZ old. Like it might be crazy. I'd say that he's not here, but no, yeah, it's probably factory issue, right? 65 probably when the house was built.
Standard issue. That's what that's called. Standard issue shower head.
Yeah, that's the factory model.
Andrew says Raven Shadow's Chesterfield estate looks amazing.
Thank you, buddy. UK all day, man. Arsenal. Do we like Arsenal? If not, I'm sorry.
If not, what are you talking about? The comic book character?
That'd be dope, but no, I don't think Roy Harper's in England. No, I meant the football team.
Soccer.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I know, I just kidding. Creepy Girl says, I know it's not horror, but are you excited for the new Scarface?
Wait, what?
Are you excited for the new Scarface? That's what I said.
I mean, new Scarface.
Yes, new Scarface. Are you excited?
You just keep asking the question, but you mean like the Al Pacino joint?
They're going to remake it.
No, they're not.
Yes.
Who the fuck's doing that?
Hollywood.
They're not remaking the Tony Montana fucking.
Supposedly.
Why does that surprise you?
Yeah, why does that surprise you? Supposedly, Diego Luna is going to be in it. He was Cassian Andor from Rogue One.
Nevertheless,
I could get by that.
No, there's no reason. And once again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Hip hop community. He is not a role model. Okay, it's not. It's a great picture.
Who, Tony Montana?
Yeah, Tony Montana. No, he's not. And spoiler alert: he fucking had everything in the world, threw it all away, lusted after his sister, killed his best friend, fucking died fucking alone. It's not a good fucking, fucking guy to emulate. Are they really, you got fucking big balls to fucking remake Brian De Palma, sir, and fucking Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Fucking really?
Corny says Scarface was a remake.
Yeah, no. Yes, there was a picture about Al Capone that was Scarface. But much more than the Thing is in the original Thing. The same name, but there was no Tony Montana in 1945 gangster pictures.
The movie Scarface was a remake of a different movie.
Right. About Al Pacino. About who's the fucking guy? I just said his name. Capone.
Yeah.
Did he have a giant fucking tiger and do coke fucking for 4 days and have a giant 60 and want to fuck his sister? Scarface, the Al Pacino joint is more in line with Star Wars than it does with the fucking 1945 picture.
So this actually sounds pretty interesting. I gotta say the remake. Let me see when this article was written. It doesn't have a date on it, so it's hard to. Oh, this was in May. In May, this was they announced this, and it's going to be directed by Luca Guadagnino, who did the Suspiria remake, with based on a Coen Brothers script, and potentially it looks like maybe starring Diego Luna.
Well, he's great, but why not make a different gangster picture?
Because it's got a built-in audience, and people go see him, man.
Yeah, but you have that much fucking talent on it. Coen Brothers, the dude from fucking Rogue One. You don't need a built-in audience. You do have a built-in audience already. Like, but Scarface 2 is kind of a bad fucking movie. It's not great. It's awesome, but I mean, you know, how many fucking Spanish guys are in that picture? Robert Loggia. You know, hey man. Like, I don't know. It's kind of it's an awesome B movie, but there's no need to remake it. Just make a really classy picture.
So it's kind of like The Thing, where The Thing from John Carpenter was a remake, but people say that that's like a perfect film, but it was a remake.
But what was the first thing? Wasn't it like Ooze or something? What was the thing? What was
Ooze?
was it? Yeah, what was the first thing? Black and white.
Yeah, it was The Thing. The Thing from Another World.
Yeah,
I think that was the one.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
Yeah.
But really, though, like Vincent Price's Fly is not Jeff Goldblum's Fly.
Well,
But it's still a remake.
Yeah, it's still a remake.
Yeah, okay, fine, fuck it, whatever, man. No. I don't know. Okay, fine. All right, you win.
Scarface from 1932. Look, Evil Corny just posted the link to it.
No, I know, but dude, was there any?
It wasn't Capone.
You sure? Yes, it was.
Capone was called Scarface, but the movie wasn't about him.
What, like Smokey the Bandit 3? Smokey is the Bandit? Like there was no Burt Reynolds? I have it downstairs.
What does that mean?
You have what downstairs?
Cocaine and a horse head?
Yeah, what do you have downstairs?
Aries, come over. I have so much coke. Just come over, dude. We'll be up fucking till episode fucking
420. And then you come down.
yeah. Till Monster Zero gets found. Can we have an Amber Alert, please, for Monster Zero? Anybody?
Oh, man.
I'm so upset. I'm so upset right now.
So Scarface from 1932 was directed by Howard Hawks.
Yeah.
And let me see. Boris Karloff is in it. He plays a character. An ambitious and nearly insane violent gangster climbs the ladder of success in the mob, but his weakness proves to be his downfall.
Okay, that's fair. That's pretty much Scarface. But
Oh my god.
that's fair. So yeah, fair. All right, yeah. I'm wrong. One has more coke and tigers, though. I'll tell you that much.
You're probably right there.
Would you? The best line, like, would you the beauty Scott tough guy eating pussy? Like, what does that even fucking mean? Like, I don't understand it. And the best part of that, when it was edited on TV back in the day, was would you the beauty Scott tough guy eating pineapple? Like, so it made me think, like, how do you eat pineapple? Like, did you eat it from like the bite into it, like snap into it like a Slim Jim?
Snap into it.
Well, actually, that line makes more sense because if you just tried to bite into a pineapple, you might cut yourself.
And you're actually true, Aries. You're right. That makes more sense. And I mean, well, I've never eaten a pineapple, but I would feel that would probably hurt more, I guess.
So, Creepy Girl, I think she might have misheard you. She says, what? Did he just say Scarface was a B movie? Tell me I heard that wrong.
No, he did. Those words came out of his mouth.
Okay.
It's kind of a B movie in terms of it is, but it's awesome. I love Scarface. I had to watch it when I was fucking like 8. It was required viewing in my house. But it's fun. I think there's some over the top elements, you know, some great character actors. There's definitely some, you know, what do you want to call it? Maybe some whitewashing a little bit. Like it's awesome. It's brilliant.
But nothing you're explaining makes it a B movie.
Maybe for it's not, by saying that is not a negative. I'm not intending it to be a negative. I love Scarface. I love it. It's fucking.
Well,
awesome.
you know what? I like Scarface and I like B movies, but it doesn't. What you explained does not make Scarface a B movie. It is by far. It's an A movie, whether it's a good movie or not. It's an A movie. It's a Hollywood movie.
Johnny, can I retract that statement?
Yeah, sure, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you've been trying to backpedal so quickly, you're gonna trip.
Good thing I'm sitting down. Well, I didn't mean it I didn't mean it as a negative. I love it. It's fucking awesome. I wish Manny and the sister got together and they could have been friends with Tony Montana and they could have had their own empire if they could have worked together.
Andrew is apologizing. He says, "Sorry for the drunken comments. Saw your feed on my Facebook when I checked. When I checked it, got to return to watching Whitesnake videos on YouTube now. Apologies. No need to apologize. We welcome drunk comments, high comments, sober comments, whatever kind of comments you want, man.
No sober comments.
Oh, whoops! I better shut up."
Yeah.
Dr. Chris wants to know, is anyone going to go see the remake of Salem's Lot by James Wan? Will it be better than Toby Hooper's miniseries? I did enjoy Toby Hooper's miniseries. I'll see it. I'm not a huge fan of all of James Wan's horror work, but, I mean, he obviously did a lot for horror films, especially in Hollywood, and I liked his Aquaman, I got to say. So I'll go see it. And
that scene when they went down in the water was definitely a fucking horror scene when they were all coming on the boat. All the mermen.
Yeah.
It's great.
It was. Yeah, no, that was cool. The trench, you mean, right? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were all fucking.
Yeah, it was pretty badass. There was definitely elements of horror in it for sure. I mean, what's scarier than like deep in the fucking, depths of the ocean?
Yeah.
Scary shit, man. Our pal Anthony just popped in with a Razor Ramon gif and says, "Hey yo." Actually, it's not Razor Ramon. It would be Scott Hall. Now that I look at it. Let's see what else we got. I got like 3 different chat rooms going. I'm trying to keep up here. Evil Corny says, "I'm reporting Raven Shadow to Sylvester Stallone."
Why?
Maybe you're losing your Italian card.
He did say he was taking your Italian card away. A few comments back.
Yep.
You can't do that.
He can.
You can't. No, my mom gave it to me.
And Corny's taking it away.
And Marion says, "Corny, ask Raven Shadow what % Italian he is."
Enough. Okay.
That's not a percentage.
How do percentages work? I don't fucking know.
How do magnets work? I don't know. Anthony says Scott Hall for Scarface. What do you think?
Pretty good.
What do you think, Raven Shadow? You get behind that?
Think about it, a bad guy. That's okay. Not a quaalude. Not me no more.
Creeper Girl says, "You better love Scarface. It stars your doppelganger."
It's true. No, I love Pacino, man. Serpico, I'm a mocked man's department for what? I love it. I love everything about it. I'll get a cup of coffee. One on me. I'll put one in the back. Yeah, he's fucking great, man. I love fucking Pacino.
Al Pacino.
No, it's great. It's so good, but it's great. I mean, the fucking. Awesome.
All right. Well, we got to wrap this up. We have a movie to talk about, Raven Shadow. This show is not all about you, okay?
No, it's not.
Oh, wait. He lost power. I'm fearing what's going to happen with this.
What?
Have you watched the movie?
Do you remember what movie we were talking about this week?
Yeah. The boat fucking movie. The Horror on the High Seas or whatever the fuck. The Blood Boat.
The Blood Boat. I like that.
The Blood Boat. I'll be taking another body.
That would be all right. That should have been the name of the movie.
The Blood Boat.
The Blood Boat.
Isaac. He's my dude.
Oh, man. Rocky popped in, your Puff This League buddy, and he says Mars as Scarface is syphilis. Wow.
Yes.
That's mean. I guess he could say that because he's on a podcast with Mars. So, all right. So let's wrap this up and let's head to the film discussion in just a few moments. But before we do that, I want to let you guys know how you can help support the show. Speaking of which, we got to figure out our Patreon episode for August. But you can go to patreon.com/trickortreatradio, and there you will be able to support the show for as little as $2 a month. If you guys don't have that much money, just get in on the $2. It's a way to help keep things going with the podcast hosting, with the website, with all the subscriptions that we need, all that. It definitely adds up, and we are not making any money doing this podcast. I'll tell you that much. So if you guys like what you hear, you dig our show, please help at least consider supporting us. And if you guys want the premium exclusive Patreon content we put out every month, you can get that for as little as $5 a month. So go check that out. Sign up for the Patreon. Help support the show. Help keep us going. And it's patreon.com/trickortreatradio. Also, on trickortreatradio.com, if you scroll down, you look, you'll see an Amazon logo. You click on that. It's going to bring you to Amazon. It's going to input our affiliate link. Everything you purchase in that session will get attributed to us. And doesn't cost them any extra, Raven Shadow, right?
Yeah, no. That's fucking so great about it, Johnny. That's what's so fucking nice about that. It doesn't cost them any extra.
Did you nod off there for a second?
It doesn't cost them any extra, but what?
It helps keep the lights on. No, I was just kind of doing a little thing here, and I was kind of hoping you might jump in and say the catchphrase, Aries. I wanted to put you over.
No, you weren't. You forgot.
I did. No, I know that you were kind of like I was doing a little thing there. We had a little back and forth, but fine. No, but Aries would pick up on the cue.
No, that was not a very good cue. That's why he didn't pick up on it. You got to lead him, man. You got to lead him.
Come here, Aries. Come here.
I'm a little slow sometimes.
No.
I was more focused on the fact that you looked like you were asleep there for a second.
Yeah, no one should.
I wasn't. I was fine.
Better watch out for episode 420 next week.
Hey.
If you partake, you might fall asleep.
Oh, man. It's Rocky Call Me later on.
All right. So you can help support by using our Amazon link. And you know, you're buying stuff on Amazon anyways. You're getting some food from Amazon Fresh, from Whole Foods, whatever. You got those gift cards burning a hole in your pocket. Go ahead, use our link. We get a little cut. We'd appreciate it. Also, if you want, we have the greatest hits of Trick or Treat Radio, volumes 1 through 3. They're available on trickortreatradio.com. You can click on store, and they're available to purchase there. They're cheap, $3. Give you a whole 90 minutes worth of greatest hits and misses, and fun segments, arguments, songs, whatever you want. It's pretty much there. So go give that a look. All right, Raven Shadow, those are the ways that people can support the show. Now, how did you support your movie watching this week? What did you do to get ready?
I got punched in the boys, Johnny.
Wow. Who punched you in the boys?
4-year-old child.
A 40-year-old child.
No, a 4-year-old.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna. I thought you were.
I heard 42.
Yeah, I thought you were reducing MZ's age, and he's the one that punched you.
a 65-year-old child punched me in the balls. No. So
Okay.
I did a little trip out to Rhode Island about a week ago, and it was nice.
Oh, I heard about this.
It was kind of a surprise thing. Saw our old good buddy Joey Tron. I brought him a little early birthday gift.
The early bird gets the worm, Raven Shadow.
Yeah, order whiskey, and we kind of had on. So showed up and said, "Hey, want to say a little how do you do?" Chat outside. So come
Did
in.
you say, how's your father?
Yeah, I couldn't because I was too big. I walk in, I'm like, "Hey, Bombaleo."
Well, you can't socially distance. How's your father? Somebody.
No, well, you should have told that to somebody else because I come in and all of a sudden, little Talia runs over and I'm like, "Hey, Bombaleo." Boom. Punch me right in the fucking nards, dude. And it hurt. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. I mean, I sold it, but I didn't need to have help. So that was nice. But no, it was good to see Tron and his family briefly. Once again, social deed outside.
Social dementia.
Yeah, I forgot how to get home. But it was nice. So, yeah, so I did that. And then I'm going to get excited to watch a movie and the fucking power goes out. and I had to fucking figure out a way to fucking watch the picture. Did I watch it? I don't know.
I know.
You don't know. You think you know, looking all like Quaid over there in the basement.
You think you know me?
You're not my homie. So you better believe with the power on. I goddamn strapped on.
The following message is a paid advertisement for the Cult of Muscle podcast. The Cult of Muscle. You're either in it or you're dead.
It's the dawning of a new age. The halls of Valhalla have been shuttered. The heroes of yore have either retreated to the shadows or taken to capering for the amusement of the small folk, their past glories a distant memory. The barbells have been torn from their once puma-strong grips, the beards shorn from their square jaws, only to be transplanted onto flannel-clad, puny weaklings with fingers barely powerful enough to strum a ukulele. The time has come, my brothers, to restore order from the chaos. No longer will our heroes be forgotten. No longer will their great deeds be viewed through a foggy lens of irony. Hear now our rallying cry as we scream it from the mountaintops, as we bellow it from iTunes and Libsyn and Facebook. It's time to join the cult, my brothers. So don your cloaks and enter the Cult of Muscle.
I'm Alex West.
And I'm Andrea Subasati, and we're from the Faculty of Horror podcast.
And you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
Oh, delicious nerds. Ms. M knows you like to chat it up with other sexy shut-ins about comics, movies, video games, and your favorite TV shows. If that sounds like you, cuddle up to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group, or the FIB. That stands for Fan Interaction Board. Just go to Facebook and search for Trick or Treat Radio and have more fun than a Jedi at a lightsaber sale. Not enough? Watch us on YouTube, The Deadites TV, all one word. Last but not least, check out the world's most dangerous talk radio show, Trick or Treat Radio, at trickortreatradio.com.
And we return to Trick or Treat Radio, or at least two of us have. Yeah, big surprise there. MZ is still not here. Maybe someone should call him.
I'm not doing that. I'm afraid to get yelled at by the missus.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's it's past 9 o'clock, so. All right, so we're going to talk about Blood Vessel, which it's funny, when I mentioned it last week, I didn't really think about like the sort of like cleverness of the name. Well, actually, it's not that clever. It's kind of like a little like groan-inducing. It's like, oh.
It's like a dad joke.
Yeah, it's like a dad joke. Yeah, you're right. It's not really groan-inducing. It just is definitely a dad joke. But anyways, we're going to be talking about Blood Vessel. And let me pull up the stats here. All right, the film is 93 minutes. It is a horror film from Australia, and it is directed by Justin Dix and written by Justin Dix and Jordan Prosser. And the film stars Nathan Phillips, Alyssa Sutherland, Robert Taylor, Christopher Kirby, Alex Cook, Mark Diaco, John Lloyd Fillingham, and Troy Larkin, and also Vivian Perry. The synopsis: Somewhere in the North Atlantic, late 1945, a life raft adrift at sea, and in it, the survivors of a torpedoed hospital ship. With no food, water, or shelter, all seems lost, until an abandoned German minesweeper drifts ominously toward them, giving them one last chance at survival. All right, so there you have it. That's all the info for Blood Vessel. Let me pull up some info here on the director, Justin Dix. He has previously directed one other feature film entitled Crawl Space. He also wrote that as well, I believe. And this is the thing I mentioned earlier. There is a connection between Boba Fett and the director, and he directed a short, I think it was just a fan film, entitled Bounty Trail, featuring Boba Fett. And he also was a droid unit technician on Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. So he did work for George Lucas, doing some droid unit tech work, which is kind of interesting. I would think out of maybe not the coolest job, but that's got to be like one of the coolest behind-the-scene jobs that you can do on a Star Wars film, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I would say so.
Just getting to operate the droids. I mean, obviously, in that film, we did get to see R2, C-3PO, amongst other droids. We got droidicas. There was obviously a ton of different droids with the battle droids, the super battle droids, the whole, basically, the Separatist army, basically. So, I don't know what he did, if he worked on specific droids. I just, I didn't look it up and find out, but that's definitely got to be a pretty cool fucking job. So kudos to Justin Dix, and now he is moving on in his film career, and he's directing, which is pretty awesome to get to work for George Lucas and be a droid technician, and then getting to do your own stuff is very cool. Welcome back, Raven Shadow. Put those fucking headphones on. Stop playing with your hair. What? Not my fault.
Hey, Barbarino, join the fucking show.
I'm excited. No, I like walking in rooms with lights on now. It's very exciting.
You spent one night with no lights. Jesus Christ.
All right, one. Yeah, a couple hours.
How would you get by before electricity was even a thing? Like, how would you survive?
What you mean, like what, BC?
No, I'm talking maybe 1700s.
I got bad eyes, skinny. I probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, you'd be dead.
Yeah, you know what I mean. There wasn't antibiotics, you know what I mean? But no, I mean, it was fine. It wasn't like the ice storm. We gone days, but it was inconvenient. That's why I'm grateful, Johnny. I'm very grateful. It could be worse.
It could be. Tree what?
Wish a fucking tree fell on my car. I'll tell you that much.
I was gonna say it could have fallen on your house, but I didn't want to say that because that's kind of mean. But you went ahead and just said the car thing. So
I parked in the road. I was hoping. I parked next to a big. I was like, kill this motherfucker.
You should put some cuts in it. Have Aries come over, put some cuts in the tree. So that when a big stiff wind comes by, it'll fucking knock it right over into it.
Oh, yeah, that's what I want. Aries, what are you doing on Saturday? Let's fucking do that.
Not cutting your tree.
No, because that would be wrong.
I'm pretty sure if the insurance company came over and there's a nice clean cut in the bottom of a tree that's on your car, you're not going to collect anything.
All right, well, that's weird. How that?
That's weird. Someone must have done that.
Still counts as insurance, right? If it's premeditated.
You have a serial tree killer in the neighborhood.
Oh man, it sucks. Trees suck. No, I like in the forest. Trees are fine, but
in the forest,
like Endor.
Oh my god.
Battle for Endor. That's fine.
Caravan of Courage.
I was trying to think of that. You did that on the most recent episode of Force Awakens. Who's Insensitive? Oh, the other podcast that you do. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, Wilford Brimley's dead. He was in that. He was taken from us too soon.
So young.
The man who's been 80 for the last 30 years finally died.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like him and the Queen of England, Andy, are the same age or look the same as they were when we were kids and we're in our 40s.
A lot of people thought it was like that, the whole like Mandela effect, that he was already dead.
Yeah.
Because that was my first reaction. I was like, holy shit, wasn't he dead? So, because
I don't remember hearing that he died. I just was surprised he was still alive, because really I thought he was like in the 70s when Cocoon was made.
Yeah. So all right. So
Cocoon was made in the 80s.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't say what I thought he was in his 70s.
I'm sorry. I thought you said I thought Cocoon was made in. Okay, I gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's true. So, all right. So look at our age, which is a fun game to play, and who are.
So he was like 42.
Yeah. Right? Like,
and he looked like he was 70.
God damn.
He just looked like an old guy back then.
Right. I mean, it's like there's certain people who never looked young. Once again, the Queen, Morgan Freeman. Like, remember young Morgan Freeman? No, you don't. Even when he was,
never young.
Right, when he was the wall.
He didn't start acting until he was old, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, when did we watch Electric Company? We were like fucking 4, maybe? 6?
All right. We're way off topic, and Johnny, it's your fault this time.
Yeah.
I'm finding a picture of young Morgan Freeman I was going to post.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he had gray fucking hair, you know.
I put it in the chat room on trickortreatradio.com. All right, so yes, we're going to talk about this film, Raven Shadow. I went over everything while you were gone, and so I talked about did you hear the connection between Boba Fett, or did you miss
Yeah.
that? What was the connection? Tell me.
Oh man, it's like a rainbow connection.
Just so you don't know.
I think in a way we're all Boba Fett, right? We're all, you know.
We're both Picarding.
We're both, all right. It's it's very similar to get by on just a name and a look and not really doing anything.
Wow.
Oh.
So you're accusing this director of not doing anything?
No, I think he's gonna.
That's a bold statement.
He's gonna work on the episode of The Mandalorian that Boba Fett's gonna be in, right? Is that fair to say?
No, probably not.
Nope.
Oh, he had a Boba Fett action figure as a kid.
It may be. By the way, Raven Shadow, Evil Corny says Raven Shadow would be working in a tobacco plantation at that time, Wolfie.
Oh, shit.
Is that true?
I would be doing a good job.
He'd get fired because he smoked it all.
Yeah, exactly.
I get a discount. Would it be more than 25%?
You probably got paid like a penny a day, or maybe a dime a week.
Yeah, back then that's like what? That's like $10 an hour, right? Right?
Inflation.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this flick. All right, what do you say? Before we jump into the specifics of the movie, I wanted to. Obviously, we've been paying a little bit more attention to films as we've been doing the show for the last 8 years. But I feel like in the last 3 or 4 years, there's been more films with Nazis as antagonists than we've seen prior to that. I mean, it's always been a thing. Like, look at Raiders of the Lost Ark and and other films like that. But I feel like we've seen more of it in the last few years. Would you guys agree with that? Disagree?
It does seem like there's more. Yeah, I don't know if it's just. I mean, it's easy because who's going to root for a Nazi?
Right. Well, exactly. It's
You think no one, Aries?
You would hope so.
Yeah.
But the classics don't die. I mean, right? I mean, they are.
Giants don't die, Raven Shadow.
It's true.
The
But-
classics.
The classic.
I mean, it is. It's easy. It's very easy to set up the villain once you put the swastika.
Yeah.
Like it's just villain. Like
That-
no setup needed.
That's the best like cinematic shorthand. Slap a swastika on something
Yeah.
and then boom, you're done. Villain. You don't
When you
need any
see-
exposition or anything.
When you see the swash sticker,
Swash sticker.
you definitely know it's a bad guy.
Is that like a swashbuckler?
Yeah, the swash sticker. The swash sticker book. That'd be horrible. A Nazi fucking like sticker book. I would not want that. The swash stickers.
We got to collect them all, Raven Shadow.
I fucking hate those guys. Fuck you,
You,
Nazis.
you hate those guys.
I fucking hate Nazis, dude. I fucking hate them.
Oh, Jesus. So all right. So you get a German what do they call it? What was the ship called? I forget.
Oh, it was a mine
Sweeper, right?
minesweeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, Raven Shadow, you like that? That's your favorite computer game, right? you like the Minesweeper?
I'm a big fan of Leader Suit Larry. I like that game.
Leisure Suit Larry.
For that,
Yes.
bring that back.
You want to remake that?
I do, yeah. But that would put that on Wii U. That'd be outrageous.
I think they'd have to censor it. Oh man. So I think with movies like Green Room or even most recently Becky, right? We did a few weeks back, and I think there was even a few more like in the last year or two that we've done. Shit, I'm drawing a blank on the other one, but anyways, but there's been a few, and now obviously you got to think that it has something to do with the rise of trying to be politically correct, white supremacy in the world, right? And a lot of them look towards Nazis as their sort of like as the blueprint in a way, So it's very easy, I think, to paint them as the villains and to hate them. And as Aries said, it's like this cinematic shorthand of like you slap a swastika on something and that was the fucking bad guys. You don't have to do anything else, right? So, but I think that it's, and even Dead Snow, right? Like the Dead Snow films as well. Like,
Overfiend. What was the one?
Rutsukudoji?
No, the one Overlord.
Overlord, yeah. I actually didn't see that. Did you see Rave Shadow?
Oh, it's fucking dope, man. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Glorious Bastards. But I mean, there is a reason why. There's a reason why there are Draculas in movies. There's a reason why, Nazis are fucking assholes and fuck them. And they suck.
Well, they did it. They did the double dip here. They made a fucking Nazi vampire.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Ed, we're
What's that?
getting ahead of ourselves.
Yes, we are. So, in the film, we see this just sort of like life raft, or it wasn't a raft, but it was like a lifeboat of like 8 people or something, just sailing, and they were like pretty much left for dead, right? And they were just barely holding on for dear life. And then all of a sudden, they hear this noise. And now off in the distance, through the darkness and the fog, they see this huge boat. And then they realize that it's the Germans. They're like, oh, shit, we're fucked, And then they're like, let's try to get on it, because otherwise we're going to die out here. Like, we got to try something. If we get on the boat and they shoot us, at least we had a chance. Here, we stand no chance, right?
But there was even the not quite the opening scrawl, but there was the intro in the beginning, kind of setting the table, so to speak.
Yeah.
How the Nazi U-boats were, at the end of World War II, were destroying any vessel, even if it was not military related. So you open up this handful of ragtag band of survivors, in this predicament, and the only fucking light in the darkness is a fucking Nazi boat. What do you do?
Right, exactly. Like, what would you have done, Raven Shadow?
Right. If you trapped in the fucking devil in the deep
I'm asking
sea,
you, what would you have done?
I probably would have tried to call Aries.
You don't have a phone. You're in the middle of the fucking water. What do you do?
I would do smoke signals.
Smoke a cigarette.
Your choices are to signal the boat or let it go by.
Yeah.
And you would.
Yeah, I would probably try to get on the boat and try to bullshit as much as I could before I was put in the gulag. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've seen fucking deep water. I don't know, man. I don't like boats. I would try not to be on a boat in the first place.
All right. Well, fair enough. So you wouldn't be in this scenario then, apparently, because you're so smart.
What would you do, John? You want to go, hey, Nazis, hey? You know, I'd be like, Achtung.
What does Achtung mean?
I don't know. It was on a fucking YouTube record. Attention. I'd be like, we gaze in the Hademogen, the box is loose.
It means caution.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you said attention.
Be like, attention, be careful.
Jesus Christ. You're the worst. Yeah, where is MZ?
Yeah.
So I mean, and then we find out that the Russian guy can actually speak English, and he's also a sharpshooter. Which I thought that scene was actually kind of cool. Like he grabbed the gun and gave some like history, some like a little backstory about it of like this one always like drifts a certain way or whatever. Like, I thought that it kind of showed his expertise, and I thought that was kind of a nice little touch,
I loved the whole meeting of when you get the scenario of where they're at, and the whole meeting of the team or the cast of characters was brilliant.
Yeah.
From to when they get on this ship was almost like a Predator level of the helicopter ride.
Yeah.
Where you get to know everybody in that scene. And that's when I was fucking locked in. I love the fucking Russian dude, the captain, the Brit with the arm, the woman. I loved that for when they get. I loved everything about that. I was locked in.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty decent setup with a good cast of characters. Definitely, kept you guessing about who was what, and like you just weren't sure. Like it seemed like they didn't really know each other very well, and they just were just in this boat trying to survive, and they were all very cautious of one another. So I think that makes for sort of an interesting experience, especially boarding this Nazi vessel. About not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing if they're going to get shot or whatever. You don't know who to trust. So I think it's an interesting setup here, right off the get go. And I did like the scene with the Russian sharpshooter and seeing him shoot the I don't even know what you call that, the wire though, I guess that is sort of like the guardrail so you don't fall over the ship, right?
Oh, it was great. And then the whole you speak English. What the fuck? You never asked. You assumed I didn't. Just him coming up and really the choice of making that choice. What do you do? And even the line of, well, what do you think they would do to her? The one girl in the boat. You had a couple of black men. You had an Australian guy. You had a Russian guy. A couple Americans and a Brit and a woman.
Yep.
None of that is going to bode well about Nazi bastards on a fucking
right. And even the black guy was like, yeah, like because they were talking about what's going to happen. He's like, yeah, if they see me, I'm not going to make it, and then they were wondering about the woman, about like, oh well, what are they going to do to her? So it was just kind of interesting to see them all planning out like what sort of contingency plans they were going to have if things went the way that they thought they were going to go, So I thought that the setup and the basic premise of this was good to begin with. And then we get on the ship and there's apparently no one there.
Yeah, that super dope overhead shot too. Where you're like,
yeah,
oh, shit. Very De Palma-esque.
Yep.
Yeah, Scarface.
Yeah, I thought there was some inspired shots. I think I did enjoy that overhead shot of the vessel, and I thought there was some decent stuff here. Creepy Girl mentions Dead Snow, Frankenstein's Army, the newest Puppet Master. What was that? The
Littlest Reich.
Littlest Reich. That's it. Kung Fury, Yoga Hosers, all Nazi antagonists. Yeah, that's fair.
There you go.
All right, so once they're on the boat, I think I do. There is something that I like about having a group of people board an abandoned vessel, whether it's a ship like this, whether it's a spaceship, kind of like I guess Event Horizon style or something like that. So I think that it creates for some interesting ideas and concepts, especially when you're expecting one thing and then you get, like, you're preparing for the worst of, Nazis going to shoot us, and then there's nothing. And then as it goes on, there's potentially even worse things that they find, Yeah,
I agree with you that the aspect of boarding a ship, whether even ocean going or space, because there's supposed to be someone there and there isn't. So obviously something bad has happened, and the characters to experience that, and you're experiencing it with them, does create a certain amount of tension.
Yeah, and I think they did a good job of portraying these characters. Their differences and their fears about working together. So I thought that was good. And then they also introduced a little girl who they find aboard the vessel. Once again, this sort of like Alien style, right?
Oh, it was so Alien, but I love the way they introduced her.
Yeah. No, I thought it was pretty well done as well. And so from there, we get to see them. They're sort of exploring the ship, but I thought that there was some good stuff that they did where we see some old pictures, and then like they're opening up, they find like gold, and then there was like what looks like a vampire hunter's kit, which I thought was really fucking cool. Like there was like some vials in there, like stakes. Like, do you guys remember some of the other stuff that was in there?
It was a holy hand grenade.
Oh yeah, the holy hand grenade. Yes. So I thought that was sort of like, okay, where are we going here? And I thought there was some good stuff going on, and that was kind of a cool revelation of, okay, like there's definitely some like sort of like monster hunter that was at one time aboard this vessel, and then they show the picture as they're like the German soldiers are like posing with this casket or something, right?
Oh, let's not forget that a couple times before this point, they've showed the Nazi symbol, the hawk bird,
yeah,
but without the swastika, with the skull and serpents.
Yes,
almost Medusa-like. Medusa, yeah.
Yeah. It was like Hail Hydra, Raven Shadow.
Yeah, I kind of got that actually. Yeah, I did.
So there was also some, I think they did a good job of sort of like stringing you along a little bit, of showing you a little bit. And then we had so I thought the build-up was good, and I thought that there was some interesting breadcrumbing as to what was going on. It wasn't a complete surprise to me what happens, and I already mentioned it. I don't think it's a huge spoiler. I hope nobody is upset about knowing, but in a lot of the posters and stuff, they actually show the villain on the actual poster. So I don't think it's a huge spoiler because it's kind of breadcrumb throughout as you make your way through. But then we see that, was it the American guy from New York, I believe, who kind of got greedy? He saw
the chef. The chef.
He saw basically the
gold.
The what? Oh yeah, the gold. But then he saw the sarcophagus, and it had this really sort of ornate, cool design on it. And so, of course, he decided to break the fucking chains and use an axe and break the chains on it, which, not what can go wrong there, right? So, and then we get the reveal of the villain, which I gotta say, I think the reveal was a little weak. I think leading up to this, there was a lot of pretty good stuff, and then I feel like the reveal was just kind of a bit of a letdown, because it's, first of all, the look of it just wasn't quite there.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Age of Apocalypse, a little bit, where it was like, all right, you came close. You did it. But
Yeah, and the thing is, like, the makeup looked okay, but it was so clearly a prosthetic, which, I mean, I get it. I mean, obviously it's going to be a prosthetic, but you want it to look as believable as you could make it. And I felt like it was just a little too silly. Not silly, like it didn't look goofy, but I just feel that it just looked too fake, Like, I think they could have maybe, and that's the problem. Like, I like when films go all in with the practical effects. Like, I appreciate that quite a bit, but when you don't mask it and you show it in, I mean, it wasn't broad daylight. It wasn't like it was light, but it was well lit, and you could see every inch of it, and you can see how fabricated it is,
Yeah, I mean, well, even beyond that, just the reveal itself, the fact that it was all of a sudden here it is.
Yeah, exactly.
There was no aura, of mystique about it. That took me out of it. The fact that it was just all of a sudden there.
Yeah, I got to agree with you, because I was on board until that point, and then I liked the monster, like I liked the reveal, I liked what they were going for, and then when you see the monster, it's like it's a little groan-inducing because it just wasn't there, and the reveal was not done exceptionally well, and maybe they decided, you know what, let's have a different kind of reveal, because most, there's a template for this, where films will sort of tease it out, and where you don't quite know what it is until they decide to show you. They went a different route with this and just decided to show you it, which, like, there's a part of me that does appreciate that, but if that's going to be a focus of half of your film, you got to do a better job of showing it or displaying it or featuring it,
Agreed.
So that was my main problem with that. And once again, I'm not critiquing the fact that they decided to show it in all its glory early on. That's fine. I just wish, if they had gone that direction, which they did, that they did it a little differently, and they maybe had masked it. Because a lot of times in movies like this, low-budget films, you'll get glimpses. You'll get, like, something happening in the darkness. And the way that they did this, it would have been perfect for them to have waited on revealing the monster, especially with him being able to control people, right? Like, they could have totally done this in a different way and not kind of blown their load early and shown everything,
Especially since they utilized the glowing eyes.
Yeah.
That could have been a way to partially reveal the monster before full-on revealing, where it could have just been in mostly shadow, and then you see the glowing eyes, and that's the point where it's, not the full reveal, but that's the point where you realize that it isn't dead.
Yeah. I think that's a good point, is you're right. Like, with the, utilizing the red eyes, the piercing red eyes, I think there is definitely some stuff left on the table where they could have maybe, teased it out a little bit or something. And once again, like, this is a decision that they made, and clearly they embraced it. And it's one of those ones where I feel like maybe it would have been better to go and do what most films do in this case, because I think you could have, not that it doesn't hinder the movie by showing what it is. I just feel that it really, when you're featuring this monster and it doesn't look amazing, I think that you're really, people are going to lose engagement because they're looking at this monster and being like, that thing looks kind of silly, or yeah, that doesn't really do it for me. And I think it loses that aspect of horror, and it loses that engagement. And that's sort of what happened with me. I don't know if that happened with you guys as well.
Yeah, it did.
Raven Shadow?
Wake up.
Fair. I'm listening, man. I'm being present and I'm listening. And I didn't know.
Why don't you comment?
Oh, I'm just listening. I'm taking it in.
I'm sorry. Are you playing my part tonight?
I am. Who's MZ? But I liked, and that was the thing. I didn't know. I don't remember if you discussed the premise last week, Johnny, but we just pressed play and watched. I didn't know what was going to be on the boat. You know what I mean? Could it be zombies? Could it be something? I was really along for the ride. And I kind of got less interested as the revelations came. You know what I mean? Like I was almost more interested in them trying to fucking stop the boat from exploding and them arguing with each other and
yeah.
line about, oh, you want to switch sides, putting the uniforms on, because they were in wet clothes. They had to wear. I'm like, oh shit, they're gonna be confused for Nazis because they're wearing the gear, kind of stuff. And little by little, I mean, never. If the whole boat is fucking empty, and there are doors that are locked and someone's behind it, maybe don't open the fucking door. Some things are locked for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
All little girls ain't mute. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just saying.
So yeah, there was, I was in on this film, and then it kind of started to lose me a little bit, and I don't know, like it. From that point, it just became a little campy to me, I guess I'll say, because
the tone.
What's that?
The tone shifted.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Well, this movie came to a screeching halt for no reason. Well, actually, for a very small reason, for a very minute portion of the story. It came to a halt for 5 minutes where that woman was talking when she was stitching that guy, and the payoff was barely there. Like, that scene brought this movie to a halt for no reason.
Yeah, there was a few things like that. That definitely had a similar effect for me, where it just was kind of going along, and then there would be something happen that kind of take me away. I thought there was some decent interplay between the characters, like throughout, like, and I thought they played off each other fairly well, especially some of the bromance going on, Raven Shadow. Like, I thought that, that's something you would dig.
I love it. I love bros on boats just vibing.
Bros on boats.
I thought you hated boats.
Yeah. I hate boats, but I like bros who are good on boats, who do like bro stuff. I loved it. I love the fucking, everyone's taking their shirts off, all their scars. I like that. I like the Russian dude who had all the bullet holes and his foot was all fucked up. And he's like, hey, your foot's all fucked up. I've had worse. Or, those all bullet holes? No, some the bullet holes, the knives, the cigarettes. Like, I loved him. I love this dude's broing out, man. Like,
you just want 90 minutes of dudes broing out.
Yeah, not weird, but just be like, hey, we've been through some shit. You're Australian. You've been through some shit. Let's just fucking be into through some shit, man.
Oh God, Jesus Christ!
Are they going to be into some shit?
Yeah, it's just like broing out, man. Being friends.
Stop saying that.
Evil Corny says bros and boats.
Bros and boats, baby. Corny likes that.
No, he doesn't.
That's true. I don't think Corny likes boats.
So,
come
on. All right. Is there anything else? I mean, we kind of like glossed over some stuff, but I don't. It's not like there's super spoilery stuff to get into here, but I feel like we've almost reached the sort of like limit as to what we can continue to discuss about this without diving into a lot of what happens. Is there anything else? Yeah, Raven Shadow. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
You want to say bros a couple more times?
Bros and boats.
Bros and boats. No, I like it. Nothing wrong with guys in the military who have a mutual respect for each other and can admire each other because of their scars. And you know what I mean? That's a fun thing. Like on the boat with fucking Quint. You know what I mean? And Close Encounters and Brody. You know what I mean? He's not camp.
I'm just gonna hit the fucking button.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, it is verdict time. We're going to let you know whether Blood Vessel was a trick or a treat and any final thoughts we may have. Let's start with Raven Shadow.
Yo, if you like fucking
pina coladas on a boat. Yo, if you like pina coladas.
You like pina coladas and stuck on Nazi boats with G.I. Joes and dudes being bros and maybe a supernatural menace hiding under the fucking, I don't know, boats in the fucking starboard or the port. You know what I mean? I don't know. If you hate Nazis like I do and love pina coladas and are interested in supernatural machinations, you could do worse than this.
Okay.
Yeah. Fuck. It's a bro treat.
What is a bro treat?
Does that mean you have to watch it with a bro and high five a lot?
Yeah. How many bullet hole scars out of 10 is this?
Out of 10, the whole scar. It'd be 4 bullet hole scars, 1 knife, and a cigarette burn, and possibly gangrene on your foot.
So 6.5 out of 10.
That Russian dude was dope. I love him a lot, man. Put him in a movie.
He was in a movie.
Another movie.
We're talking about it.
I want him to play his grandson. Like I always want him to be the same actor, but just put him in different eras. Put him in the Civil War, which is weird because he's Russian.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the fuck?
That doesn't happen. But I'm not saying that. Vietnam, there might have been a Russian in Vietnam.
Just put this dude in every single war.
Yeah, make him Wolverine. Have him just be immortal. And he's fucking awesome.
So we're gonna have a Russian Wolverine.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I like the actor. He was cool. Nah, what are you gonna do? Get some bros, go on a boat, watch this.
So it's a bro treat. Is that what we said?
Bro treat.
All right.
I won't. We'll never use that again.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Aries.
This movie, I mean, it's a short watch. That's one of the positives it has going for it. There's some decent tension and foreshadowing leading up to the reveal of the monster. But like I said, the reveal itself is a little lackluster for me because it was just all of a sudden all in, and the practical effects didn't justify the all in aspect of it. And a lot of the overacting of the monster as the movie played on, I wish I could call it campy, but it kind of more goes hokey. And it was obviously done at separate times to what was supposed to be mirroring what was happening. And that took me out of it. A lot of the characters, although they were portrayed well, I feel they were just very stereotypical characters for this type of movie. You pretty much knew where they were going to go and what they were going to do based on how they were introduced. But As I said, this movie is a short watch, so it is worth checking out. So it is barely a treat.
All right. So for me, yeah, I mean, I was, as I said, I was on board for the first, act of the film, and about halfway through, I think, is when they introduced the antagonist, and I don't know, it just kind of like from there just began this slow descent downward, and I just some decisions that were made I just wasn't into, and I think it's a well-made film. I think that it's like, for being, at night on a boat, I think it's like the lighting is well done, maybe too well done in some cases, because you could see too much of the monster. But so I think that there is some talent here, and I think that there's some good ideas. I think it's a good setup, but once you get on the boat and you kind of find out what's going on, it's just not quite as interesting. And when they added another character in, it almost seemed like, I don't know, like it became about them and not so much about the characters that we were sort of like engaged with at the beginning. So I don't know, like I felt like after a while, like I should care about these characters because of how I felt about them in the beginning. And then it got to the point where I just didn't really care about them anymore because the filmmakers didn't really care about them. That's kind of the impression I got, So this isn't a terrible movie. It certainly is not. I think there's some good going on here. I think some people will really dig this. And, I think that if this were available on a streaming service, I would definitely recommend people go ahead and check it out. For a VOD, maybe it's not quite as easy to recommend to folks. And I think that I think it is because it was so successful at the beginning that I'm a little bit more harsh, because I feel like it had a lot going for it, and then it just kind of fell flat. So for me, I'm going to go barely a trick on this one because of that, because I think it had promise, and then it just kind of like left me wanting more. It's like, wow, you guys had something, and then you let it go. And also a lot of the stuff with the monster just didn't really work for me. So I think because of that, I'm going to go barely a trick on this one. So, well, there you have it. Guys, judge for yourself, but it is available on VOD. You can check out Blood Vessel. And next week, we're doing a film I believe is on Shudder. I'm going to verify that in just a moment here. But the name of the film is Impetigore. Now, this film is directed, it's actually directed by a director that we've done one of his films before. I don't know if you guys remember Jocko Anwar. He did the film Satan's Slaves, which we did last year or maybe the year prior. That's the one where on the poster, it's the people pointing with the umbrellas over their heads. Do you guys remember? Raven Child's giving me that blank stare, so I'm guessing not.
I remember. I feel we made a lot of Jocko from the old battery commercial joints.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oi.
So, yes. So next week we are going to be doing Impetigore. Let me go ahead and read the synopsis here. Maya, with her best friend Dinny, tries to survive in a city without a family. She realized that she might inherit a property from her rich family. Maya returns to the village with Dinny and, unaware of the danger, was waiting for her. So I think maybe that's a bad translation. But Maya returns to the village with Dinny, unaware of the danger that was waiting for her. So, but I've seen some good things about this, so we'll check out Impetigore, and it is available on Shudder, and it's an Indonesian film, by the way, Raven Shadow.
Yeah. So how long is that?
Why is that your go-to question?
Johnny set me up. I mean, I didn't know.
I'm not setting you up.
What did he set you up?
What? Indonesian Jones. Make that movie. Oh, good. I love our friends in Indonesia. We'll check that out. What is it? I don't understand.
Well, you have to check it out. We're doing it for the show. So, Impetigore, it's on Shudder, directed by Jocko Anwar. So,
I'll watch that.
Give it a look. All right. Well, that is going to do it for our film discussion. We missed MZ this week. I actually am curious to see what he would have thought of Blood Vessel.
Me too.
What do you guys think? You think he would have dug it?
No.
It could go either way. I think it would be his classic. He would say good things about it, and then he would then just like shit on it for like being too dark.
This film was really fucking cool. Like, it had a lot of good stuff. I like the way it was shot. Trick. Fuck this movie. Like that?
Yeah, and he'd be like, it's just too dark. Because, I mean, it was a little dark in the beginning. I wasn't sure what it was hard to see a little bit. But
I think it was intentional.
Yeah, but I think it would stick in his craw a little bit.
I actually thought it was too well lit at times.
Yeah, it was like 2 full moons out at times.
But it got well lit once we saw La Familia.
All right, so that is it for our film discussion. And we have a few voice messages, and we'll just kind of shoot the shit for a little bit before we wrap things up. Let me see what we got here for voice messages. All right, we got we got like I think 4 or 5 of them. Raven Shadow, why don't you kill some time for me while I get these set up? I forgot to get them in the right folder, so this is your cue to say whatever you want.
Actually, you know what? No, let me jump on your. Let me. I think I got a little story I want to share. I know Raven Shadow and MZ usually share their stories.
Yeah.
I got a little story. I'm gonna talk.
All right.
Sit back. Get comfy, Raven Shadow. Don't get too comfy. It's a short story. I think this week at work, particularly yesterday, I think I managed to scare someone unintentionally. Because as Raven Shadow may have mentioned, we had a little storm come through. And as happens after the storms, I have to do a lot of cleanup around the woods where I work, cutting up trees. I enjoy that work immensely, but it is strenuous work. What? Well, it's strenuous work. I get tired. I get sweaty. About 2:00 yesterday afternoon, as I'm cutting up a rather large tree, I look up and I see someone jogging towards me.
Uh-oh.
Now,
so you cut off their face, put it on yours, and did a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Not that bad. Now, I don't like when people are near me when I'm holding a chainsaw. But also this person looked a little familiar to me. Now, in my head, I'm thinking I'm going to speak the words of, "Pardon me, sir. You look familiar. What is your name?" But being in my overly exhausted, tired, and sweaty state I am, I look up and go, "Hey, who are you?" This individual stops dead in his tracks, completely like deadpan, just goes, "John," and then turns and runs away from me. So I don't know if I know John, but John looked familiar to me.
Oh, shit.
And apparently me being all sweaty and everything holding a chainsaw is frightening to people.
So, John, if you're listening.
John, yes, I am sorry.
That's awesome.
All right. So Aries scared the fuck out of someone. He probably ran home and just like cried for the rest of the day.
What's so brilliant about that is that what you just revealed there about what you think you say in your head and everything that comes out of your mouth and how your appearance changes things. Like, I've been at parties where you're like, "You with the hair," and like kids are like scared and you just yell at people.
Oh yeah, no, my jokes sometimes don't work if you don't know me. Like, people have been frightened, like, because I've just like snapped something I realize I can't talk to people who work in like retail because my jokes don't work for them. I just gotta like be quiet because some teenage boy is gonna wet himself one day because I've made a bad joke.
Plural. Don't make these boys weep.
Oh, that's funny.
I want a video of Eric with a chainsaw just hacking down fucking. Dude. You fucking hack down trees near my house, please.
No.
Why?
The power lines. I don't do power lines.
Fuck.
I don't like doing houses. I get mad when they tell me to cut up a tree near a house.
Can we have video of you hacking down trees?
Next time I cut a big tree, I'll have someone take a video.
That's premium content.
Actually, someone commented the other day because I was standing with my saw, and I put it on my boot so I wouldn't put the blade on the ground, but then I had my hand on it like I was holding a sword, and someone commented on that. Like I was just like holding a broadsword.
Yeah, like you're wielding Excalibur, but with a fucking...
With a chainsaw.
Chainsaw, yeah. It's fucking sexy.
Aries, what would be your weapon of your melee weapon of choice?
Tomahawk.
Tomahawk? Okay.
Yes.
I took
military tomahawk.
I took you for more of a double-handed axe kind of guy, but
no, two unwieldy tomahawk. Nice compact weapon, good in close quarters combat.
He slapped this out.
Oh yeah, no, I have. I know the exact tomahawk too.
Holy shit!
Kind of scary, isn't it?
My God.
Oh, that's fucking funny. All right, well, let's play some voice messages. We're going to start off in the future from Tim from Melbourne. Tim Chuma.
Tim from Melbourne here again. Just saying hello. Yeah, I have actually seen Blood Vessel. I wrote a review of it for a site called Impulse Gamer. Dane said he liked it at Monster Fest last year, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. Looks pretty good considering looks like they made it with not much money. And also, yeah, the special effects are really good in it. Would recommend it if you like that sort of movie. I've got MIF coming up, so I've booked some films for that because it's an online festival this year. Got the animation shorts program, which I always go see. A Hong Kong Moments documentary, and a 3-pack of music documentaries called Dark City, Beneath the Beat, The Go-Go's, about the Go-Go's in the 80s, and another one called Mogul Mowgli. I think it might be a drama. And after that, I'll watch them, because you have to watch them within a certain period of time, and I'll book some more for next weekend. All right, thanks.
All right, awesome. Looks like Tim's keeping busy and checking out some flicks. That sounds like some cool stuff. And I know that Blood Vessel was... I don't know if it initially got its release in Australia, but I know it's an Australian production. So I think Tim had mentioned that it's been getting a lot of play there. So as always, appreciate the message, Tim, and thanks for calling in. And I can't wait to get my drawing of Ozzy, Raven Shadow.
It's not fucking fair, bro. You fucking moved far away, man.
Are they in his hands, really? You're never seeing that.
No, listen. You need to fucking come up, sir. But no, I'm gonna do a tour. I'm gonna go by and see Ares, see Monster Zero, and see Mars, and drop off all the art drawings. But
in other words, you're gonna hand Johnny's off to one of us and ask us to mail it.
I mean, I'm gonna give you a prize pack. Aries.
Oh, speaking of prize packs, since MZ is not here, we're holding off on giving away the copy of Morbid Tales because it's his copy, it's his movie, he's sending it out, so that's why I want to wait till he's here. So I'm hoping that he'll be back next week, and we can do that. So I apologize for it getting put off, but I just want to make sure he's here when we do it. So. All right, let's check out another voice message, and this is from Arkham Josh.
Hey, Trick or Treat Radio guys, Arkham Josh here. Just calling in with my thoughts on this week's film, Blood Vessel. I had actually not heard of this film until you brought it up, so I checked it out, and this was a great, pleasant surprise. At first, I was wasn't super into it. So kind of thought that the characters were a little, underwritten at first, maybe a bit more just caricatures than characters, but they kind of grew on me. Then, once we got onto the ship and really kind of started getting into what's going on, I was completely on board. I had watched a trailer before watching this, and the kind of trailer kind of makes it look like it could be like some sort of possession, or maybe like maybe even a zombie or something else kind of thing. And it's just kind of, I was kind of but you know, the vampire angle was just wonderful. I know they never come out and say Dracula per se, but it is, it kind of makes you think of that when, they say that, one character is speaking Romanian. They have that film when they kind of show the castle up on the hill and stuff. I love the look of the creatures. I like how it also kind of plays into the that whole section of Dracula, the Voyage of the Demeter, when he takes the ship over. That is always kind of like more talked about. You don't ever really see it much, just a little bit in the films. So, I just kind of overall loved it. I thought the film looked good. I did enjoy the cast. I thought the effects were good. I enjoyed the score. So I don't know, treat, and recommend. Especially once this pops up on one of the streaming services. I'm sure it's going to pop up on one sooner than later, and I would definitely recommend people check it out. So, I hope you guys all enjoyed it, because I quite loved it, and look forward to see whatever you guys pick for next week, all right? Have a good one. Bye.
All right, Josh. Thanks, man. It worked for Josh. There you go. He actually seemed to be kind of reverse of the three of us, where he things kind of kicked into high gear when the monster showed himself. So there you go. I mean, Josh is smart, so listen to him.
See?
All right. Next, we have a voicemail from Marlboro Lights.
What?
That's who it's from.
Oh, shit. Don't tell me.
Oh, shit.
No, stop it.
Trick or Treat Radio,
Yeah!
how you doing, baby?
Yeah!
You guys are locked in? All right. This song is for Raven Shadow. Buckle up. Marlboro lights, smoking like trees. Raven Shadow smokes and packs a day in his sleep. Marlboro lights, smoking like trees. Raven Shadow smokes and packs a day in his sleep. Raven Shadow, why just buy cigarettes when you can go to a dispensary and get some pot? You can even get edibles, and they make them like candy bars. You can even get a soda version of the pot. Why do you smoke tobacco when weed is better? It'll make you sleep, and it'll give you a long shot. Marlboro lights, smoking like trees. Raven Shadow smokes and packs a day in his sleep. Marlboro lights, smoking like trees. Raven Shadow smokes and packs a day in his sleep. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Gene Siskel's balding head.
Take these broken wings.
Marlboro lights.
Perhaps I'm sending the wrong message.
Raven Shadow, bonus points. Who sang that song originally?
The fucking guy from the 80s.
Oh, my God.
People are, who would it be? Whatever the fuck.
People are, who would it be? Whoever the fuck.
Isn't that the song? Billy Ocean. No.
Oh, my God.
Thompson Twins.
No.
I don't know.
Do you know Aries?
I do know, yeah.
Okay. Peter Newman.
Peter Newman.
Who the fuck is Peter Newman?
Paul Newman.
Peter Newman. You thinking Paul Newman or Gary Newman? What are you thinking here?
Yeah, Gary Newman. Yeah, him.
Where'd you get the Peter from? Peter
Yeah.
Murphy?
Peter Murphy?
Yeah, RoboCop.
Howard Johnson? Howard Jones?
Howard
Who are we
Jones,
talking
yeah.
here?
Howard Porter. He drew the JLA during the Grant Morrison run.
Take these broken wings.
I fucking love Gene Siskel songs.
He's coming to the fucking blackout, dude. Listen,
He better.
We're gonna have music night.
Music night.
And,
Is
and
it
you're not picking the music.
Yeah. It'll
No,
be
I don't pick the music.
it'll be fucking Power Man all weekend.
Yeah, we're having Power Man night.
Power Man night.
We're having Power Man night. I'm pretty sure Spider will come over.
And Iron Fist.
The cat's gonna come over.
Yeah, everyone's coming over. It'll be nice.
Oh God. That was fucking awesome. I always love a good song parody. And Gene Siskel is the king. Gene Siskel's balding head is the king. And it's always a pleasure to hear from him. It's been a while. It's been maybe a couple months, a few months maybe.
But it's worth it every time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's just like
he could call in once a year and it'll be worth it.
God, fucking dude. I'm gonna kiss him.
You gonna kiss him on the mouth?
Once we have cures, you know what I mean? Like, once we get it all figured out.
Oh man. All right, so big thanks to Gene Siskel's balding head for that rousing rendition of Marlboro Lights. And you don't even smoke Marlboro Lights, though, right, Raven Shadow?
No, I never did. I never smoked Marlboro Lights. No, I mirrored Aries.
You just blame it on him.
I'm just saying, no.
He has for years.
But, you know what I mean?
Well, he had the willpower to stop, so.
Well, I don't have that. So, if you watch the news and the way the world is, yeah. If you quit smoking now, you could live longer. Why would I want to do that?
All right, let's check out our last voice message. Raven Shadow. Speaking of someone else we haven't heard from in a while.
Don't.
Trick! Sorry, it's hard to play that. It is your partner.
Stop it.
For Bomba Radio.
Oh!
With a belated 8-year anniversary message. That would be our boy, Nathan Cotton Coy Vance Duke.
Hey guys, this is Cody. I am in a grocery store wearing a mask. I hope this sounds okay. Gonna try and keep all this brief.
Good boy.
It got to be kind of late last Thursday. I realized I had not left you all a voicemail. I was kind of kicking myself.
Sorry, buddy.
Think like, wow, it's kind of late. It's weird the show isn't up on the feed yet because Johnny's usually so quick about that. I wake up the following morning and see that it is probably late because it is the longest show in your history. Longer
it really?
Even than any of the Star Wars shows. Just, I think 5.5 hours, something like that. Which
really
always does my heart good. Love an absurdly long podcast. I began listening to Trick or Treat Radio. I think it'll be 7 years come October. And I remember because around the time I started listening happened to be one of the absolute worst times of my adult life. And as it happens, it was a time where I needed hours and hours of silliness to listen to. And lucky for me, through I think the Mill Creeps, that's just what I found in Trick or Treat Radio. It was like a year and I don't know, like a quarter or so of podcasts to listen to. And was very glad to have found you all. Very glad to still have you all around. Very much always a much anticipated part of the podcast rotation in the week. Glad you guys are still out here doing what you're doing in the different forms and different locations and what have you. Inspired by Lone Tiger, a movie I've always wanted to see, weirdly, because it's just action movies and wrestling don't intersect as directly as they ought to, as frequently as I'd like them to. Who is a wrestler that you think is underserved by Hollywood? Either their Hollywood turn was too short, disappointingly unproductive, or didn't happen at all. For me, I just I'm the right age where I was all about Stone Cold for a very long time. In all of his movies are him being sort of knockoff Clint Eastwood, when his wrestling character was just a maniac, and he's never portrayed that on screen in any of his movies as far as I know, and I've seen too many of them, giving him too many chances. And I was looking at I remember watching some WrestleMania with Jake the Snake and thinking, I wonder how many bad guys he's played in 80s and 90s direct-to-video action movies. And it looks like he was in one Trancers sequel. He was on Trancers 4. And I just couldn't believe it. At the height of him being Jake the Snake, he was in one Trancers movie and basically nothing else. So if any wrestler, again, underserved, nothing at all, who would you like to have seen have a different kind of spin in Hollywood? Yeah, I know it's not the AMA day any longer, but I'd like to hear an answer to that if you have one. And lastly, I know I'm running kind of long. This is just one I wanted to mention because it's brought up so frequently. The Giants don't die thing. Another thing from that same episode, that same exchange actually, when Raven Shadow's ruse is being seen through and everything's imploding. You're grilling him about Hawk the Slayer. And either just before or just after the Giants don't die thing, someone asks him, what about the monster in the church? And Michael Raven Shadow says, through history, many of our greatest monsters have been in the church. Or something like that. And that was just so incredibly funny. Maybe the funniest thing that I have that I remember hearing on the many years of this show I've listened to. Anyway, I just feel like that moment doesn't get any kind of attention, despite being just as good as the Giants don't die thing. Anyway, I've gone on forever. I'm sorry, y'all. Have a good evening, and I look forward to the next 8 million years. Oh, and congratulations to MZ on the job. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Bye.
All right, Cody. That was fucking awesome. And first off, you are, and anyone is invited to ask us whatever question they want whenever they want. So we don't have to do a designated Ask Me Anything. I just wanted to solicit for some additional questions, so that's why we did that. So, but in this case, you or anyone else are welcome to ask us whatever you want. So I think that's a great question. Also, I know Cody's been around for a while, and for him to name drop the Mill Creeps, that's way back in the day. First year we did a crossover with the Mill Creeps. That was year one, yeah. Death Rattle Aaron and CDR, their old show before Cult of Muscle, and so I know Cody goes way back, and we appreciate all the years. And if we could have helped you through some rough times, that's fucking awesome, and I'm glad that we're able to do that for you. And Cody is invited to the Blackout Bacchanalia Raven Shadow. He's invited to live with you for full time, right?
Seriously, he's coming every night. No, it's gonna be like the Suicide Squad. We're gonna have a couple of core people every night with a rotating cast. There's a lot to unpack from that voicemail. I'm listening to it about 2 more times tonight and about 4 more times tomorrow too. So I'm not sure where to begin. I got some stuff for Cody.
All right. So, well, first of all, before we get to the question, you talked about Hawk the Slayer and about your comment about, the monsters in the church. Do you remember that by chance?
I know. Yeah. I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're not. Just ask Skip Shea, right?
Well, yeah, no. I mean, to be fair, I think, yeah. All right. So maybe I didn't watch every single frame of the picture, but I don't think that there was some good contributions as a result, but I forgot about that.
I honestly wish you'd go back to not watching the movies.
Yeah, it was better.
It was more entertaining, that's for sure. We suffer through like an occasional good hot take, and we don't get any of that stuff.
You said I was doing better, John.
You are. You are doing better.
So I'm listening to fucking Goro.
Yeah, he'll make you up your game, man.
Yeah, or he'll fucking put you in the dirt. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you knock your dick in the
Goro
dirt.
can't phone it in. He's all by himself.
Yeah, no.
If he doesn't watch the movie, he's fucked.
Yeah, that's true, Raven Shadow. What would you do if you were on a podcast by yourself?
I would just be like, Bombaleo. G.I. Joe's awesome. Know who I like? Flint. But yeah, no, that's why it's an ensemble. You know what I mean?
That's an ensemble, all right.
Yeah. Just give me something. I don't create it, but I'm like Pyro. Give me something to work with that I can fuck around. Maybe make something happen.
All right. So the question, basically, let me summarize, is wrestlers that never got a fair shake in Hollywood that you would have liked to have seen in more pictures. He called out Jake the Snake Roberts. Obviously, Jake the Snake was such a charismatic heel. I could definitely see him being a fucking scumbag in films,
Well, think about it. Even during Beyond the Mat, when he was at his lowest of the low,
yeah,
with the chocolate and the crack, he has that voice. It takes you back to fucking Saturday, where it's like, oh my fucking god, where he just has that charisma. You know what I mean? I'm not aware of any picture work that he did.
Well, he said Transfers 4.
Shit, I didn't see that. The first 3 were good. See, for me,
he was also in the Peanut Butter Falcon.
What? The Peanut Butter Falcon?
Yeah. It
made the fudge fucking, I don't know. I'm trying to do an ice cream joke, but
oh my god, there was a TV movie called Diamond Dallas Page Saves Christmas from 2018 that he was in.
And why haven't we reviewed that?
I don't know.
That's a fucking Thursday Night War right there happening right there.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if he was in anything else.
So I think by that question we want to go with actually wrestlers who were in pictures, right? Not like.
Well, I guess you could kind of take it any way you want. You could if there's someone you would have liked to have seen in movies, because I don't know that they're. Well, a lot of wrestlers had bit parts, so just take it how you want.
So here's a guy who I think that didn't get the right push in acting, and I think he's super funny. He's super charismatic. He's super smart about the business, super smart about character, super fucking build. And that's Hunter, man. Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Triple H. I think the guy just didn't have the right vehicle for stuff.
You mean Blade 3 wasn't that vehicle?
No, I still have not I'm almost through seeing Blade 3 in its entirety.
I've actually never seen it. Like, not all the way through.
Yeah.
You know what? If you edit out Wesley Snipes out of that movie, it's not a bad Ryan Reynolds movie.
For me, it was the Eurotrash Dracula that I fucking hate. Even though he was dope as Captain, that was Heatwave. He's so great as Heatwave. And it was that fucking Dracula Hot Topics store that fucking did me in. But Hunter is so funny, and he's so, I don't know. I wish he had the right vehicle to put him over.
But you got a question with him as to whether he actually wanted to or not.
If he really wanted to, he probably could have.
Because I don't think he really wanted to step away from wrestling. Because, whether in the ring or behind the scenes, I mean, that's his life right now and has been. Like, he hasn't had the need to go elsewhere.
And I think you're right. For whatever, even I have not seen what was the Crossing Guard, where he was like the bus fucking driver or whatever.
I forgot about that one.
But I mean,
I haven't seen that one either.
He was super funny on Saturday Night Live when The Rock first hosted. But yeah, you're probably right. I think where The Rock had higher aspirations, Hunter was always about the business. But I just think that he has a great look, and I think he could have maybe not been Rock status. But I think he's very charismatic and very funny.
Were you guys talking about The Chaperone?
That's the Chaperone. Yeah,
Chaperone, yeah.
Yeah,
Crossing
I never saw that.
I put it in my queue on Netflix, but I just was never that bored to put it on.
Right. Like I'm too fucked up to watch The Chaperone right now.
My answer to that question would be Edge.
Thank you. Yeah. That's almost my second. Yeah.
I mean, he's been in a few different things, and he's been great in what he's done. But I feel he could have done a lot more. I think if his wrestling career didn't have a resurgence, he probably would have tried to explore Hollywood a little more and would have succeeded. I think he very well could have succeeded in Hollywood if he put his mind to it.
I would agree.
Because he, let's see, so he was initially, I think the first thing he did was Haven, that sci-fi show right out the gate after he retired, and then he went on to he played a bit part in Flash as Atom Smasher.
Yeah,
and he also got a pretty good sized role in Vikings. And aside from that, he's been in a couple other things. I mean, the Edge and Christian show, I've only seen a couple episodes, but that was pretty funny. But they're also kind of just playing goofballs, playing themselves, But he was in a movie we almost did last week, actually, called Money Plane, which has Adam Copeland, a.k.a. Edge, Denise Richards, Kelsey Grammer, and Thomas Jane in it.
Soul.
Jesus, why didn't we do that?
And Joey Lawrence.
Whoa. But wasn't Edge also in a Highlander sequel, Highlander 4?
Yes. Was it 4? That was early on. That was
early.
Yeah, that's when he was still wrestling.
That was Brood, right after Brood era.
Might be.
Was it a movie or the show?
It was
movie.
It was a movie, yeah.
Was it a movie? Okay.
Yeah, it's looking at his IMDb, it's difficult because they list all the DVD releases that WWE puts out, like WWE Batista, I Walk Alone, Jeff Hardy, My Life, My Rules, so he gets a credit for all of these things. So it's a little difficult to dig deep. He was on Mad TV, apparently. I guess he did an episode of Mad TV. He was on Mind of Mencia. You guys remember that show?
I do, unfortunately.
Carlos Mencia is funny, just so you know that.
What's
He's
that?
not funny. Carlos Mencia is not funny.
No. Highlander Endgame in 2000.
I actually just watched Highlander 1 in its entirety. That I can't remember ever seeing it all in its entirety recently.
Yeah, I never saw Endgame, so I don't know. I think he had a pretty decent role in it, though, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember. I couldn't remember if it was the movie or the show he was on, so I don't think I ever saw it.
Yeah, it was
Donnie Yen was also in that fucking movie. That's crazy.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. So yeah, that's I think that's a good one. For me, that's a tough one. I don't want to give the same answer that I gave when we talked about, when I mentioned Rowdy Roddy Piper, because I don't think he got. I mean, it's not that he didn't get a fair shake. He got, obviously, They Live is a great action role for him, and that's a beloved movie, So I'm not going to say he didn't really get the chance. Let me think. Who's a really charismatic wrestler that would have done good? And the funny thing is, we can name a bunch of other, Shawn Michaels has been in films. Bret Hart. Dustin.
Shawn's been.
What's that?
Shawn's been doing some Christian movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the whole. And I thought Shawn was one of my go-tos. God.
Dustin Runnels, a.k.a. Goldust, was in a horror movie. Wasn't the fucking Boogeyman in a movie?
Was it called the Boogeyman?
Do you guys remember the Boogeyman from WWE?
I remember the Boogeyman. I don't remember him being in a movie. I don't know if I'd recognize him without the makeup on. So
Marty Wright. Yeah, so his name was Marty Wright. He was in a movie. What the fuck was it called? Oh, he was in Transporter too, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. You like the Transporter, right, Raven Shadow?
No women, no kids.
Huh, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong person. He was in a movie called The Replacements, Any Given Sunday. So
The Replacements, the football movie?
Keanu Reeves joint?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently he was in that. Not as the Boogeyman.
Place kicker. The Boogeyman. Yama yama. That'd be dope.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time with this one because I don't want to say Roddy Piper.
The Hurricane.
The Hurricane, no. Let me think. I'm trying to think of some other. I don't know.
Hogan, he got the shaft.
Oh God. Oh, he. You know who I'm surprised? I'm not saying I would have liked to seen him in more. I'm actually surprised the Undertaker didn't get more roles.
I was gonna say, do you think Taker could have gotten something just from being just being Taker?
Yeah, you would think so, right?
You know, like what he was in. He was in the fucking Hogan picture, Suburban Commando.
Commando,
right?
yeah.
I think that was intentional to keep him out of movies as that character.
Yeah, you're probably right because they definitely wanted to protect the character because that is probably their biggest success ever in WWE for a character for the duration of his career. Like you can look at other let's say like Mankind had a great run, but then you have like the three sides of Foley, which maybe Dude Love kind of ruins a little bit of the Mankind thing, but then that kind of plays into the whole kind of like fractured mind, which which I guess works.
You could have crazy ass fucking Mankind, but you could also have fucking Socko Mankind.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, I mean that's two different characters in and of itself, even though they're both Mankind. Right. So two different people, like two different characters.
And the funny thing is, so The Undertaker was in Suburban Commando in 1991. So that's really before he became a big thing in WWE.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I think after that, I don't think they kept him from doing it, but I'm sure they kind of wanted to protect him a little bit. And that's one of the great, like personas of all time in wrestling,
But like, how cool would like a super cocky HBK during the fucking when he was partying era? Could have been a great,
You know, I think actually is charismatic, and he wasn't terrible. In that one movie we did, Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean the movie wasn't great. What am I thinking? No, I'm thinking of a different movie.
No, he was in that one that we did a couple years ago. Shit, what was the name of it? I'm forgetting the name of it, but let me look it up. Countdown. That was it. That was. We thought it was going to be like. It also had Kane and Catherine Isabel from American Mary and Ginger Snaps. And because I remember we saw the trailer and they showed Rusev like super kicking somebody, and we're like, holy shit, this movie's going to be the best.
Yeah, in like a hallway. I was super kicking nowhere.
Yeah. So I thought it was going to be, I'd love to see a cop like doing fucking wrestling moves all the way through a fucking movie, But it was just really a couple things, and it ended up just not being a great movie. But I thought he was actually decent in it. I'm not the biggest. I think he's a good wrestler and very underutilized. But I think he's someone that could potentially have a career because I think he is. I think he's pretty charismatic, and I think he, at least in that film, was probably the best part of it for sure. Which isn't saying much, but still.
Actually, well, you know who made a couple of action movies that weren't bad for what they were was Sting.
Okay,
Really?
yeah.
I mean, he wasn't going to win an Emmy for anything he did, but for just the action movie, he didn't do a bad job for what he did.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember now.
I don't remember the names.
I'm trying to remember his actual Steve Borden. That's it.
Yeah.
Because looking up Sting is difficult on IMDb. Yeah, what was he in? I remember that. He was in a movie called Revelation Road 2, The Sea of Glass and Fire.
I don't think that was the one.
No? Okay. Revelation Road, The Beginning of the End. The Encounter. He was in a movie called The Encounter.
Encounter. That might have been. I know. I mean, there's one I watched the whole thing, and there was just like an action movie that he was the star of, and then I've seen him in a couple other things, minor roles.
Okay, yeah. He was in a episode of Walker Texas Ranger. He was also in Ready to Rumble as Sting. As Sting. So, all right. Well, I think it's an interesting question. I'd actually like to get MZ's answer on this one too. I wonder if he'd have what he'd say. Oh, you know who? Some other actors that had great turns. Ed Wood. You guys remember George the Animal Steel?
Oh yeah.
He was
did
fucking awesome.
He did Ed Wood? Yeah.
He was really fucking good in that.
Big John Studd in Harley Davidson, The Marlboro Man.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you're going to go that route, King Kong Bundy and Moving.
Oh, yeah. Vroom, vroom.
You know what? I was actually thinking about King Kong Bundy because I knew he was in a movie and I couldn't remember the name of it. Not that I think, not that I think he should have been in more movies, but no, that's a good one. But yeah, I mean, Ed Wood, like George Animal Steel was fucking awesome in that.
He was amazing
as Tor Johnson. Yeah. So I think he could have Val Venus. What kind of movies is he going to be in? Your boy Axel Braun.
Yes.
Let's see. I don't think George Animal Steel. I'm looking to see. He was in a couple of other things here and there, but I don't recognize anything. So, I mean, he did have a career where he did a few things afterwards, but nothing really. And who'd have thought that Robert Maillet, a.k.a. Kurgan, would go on to have like such a good career in film? You know?
Oh yeah. He's not a bad actor.
No, he's not.
Well, fucking take it back to fucking Batista. God damn it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, who would have thought he would have been a good actor?
Block of wood, boring as fuck in the ring. He was a piece of beef. Oh, pal. But put him in a fucking green suit or makeup. He's fucking great.
And he was also fun in what was that movie that we did? Shit.
The Block movie.
Bushwick.
Yeah.
It was Guardians, Bushwick. Even the Stuber was a lot of fun.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
He's going to be in. He's in Army of the Dead. That's Zack Snyder's new Netflix film, which I'm really interested in checking that out. I think Batista is the star of it.
Mary and I even watched a few minutes of that My Spy, where like he plays a spy with a young girl.
That looked kind of fun.
He's
also in Dune. I forgot he's in the upcoming Dune film as well. And he was also in Blade Runner.
What
was it called?
2049.
2049. Yeah.
Yeah, almost like barely recognizable.
Yeah, he was awesome at that. He was really good.
Yeah.
So he's the biggest surprise to me. Because you're right, Raven Shadow. I fucking hated Batista as a wrestler. I thought he was no talent. He couldn't work a match. He had to be carried through most of his matches. I just did not like him. And as someone who can appreciate, even if the character's not good, I can appreciate wrestling ability. And I just thought that there was nothing there. I just thought there was nothing there with Batista. But when I saw him on screen, it fucking blew me away. He is like a way better actor than he is a wrestler.
I would watch a movie if his name is on the fucking title card.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he'd be one of those like, oh, Batista's in it? Like, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
Yeah.
You know.
Oh,
Hey,
apparently he was in What We Do in the Shadows, the TV series. I don't know if I remember. I don't know if that was the first season or the second. I don't remember him though. But also, and Rocky said that he was a good Bond villain as well.
Yeah, he wasn't one of the what's Space Pictures?
Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was also in the Man with the Iron Fists, which
Oh,
was
the Riz-
one of the first things I saw him on, I believe. Yeah. Spectre. That's right. He was in Spectre. Yep. So yeah, there you go. Dave Bautista, one of the most successful. He made the probably from bad wrestler to good actor. Like a lot of times you see good wrestlers making that jump, like The Rock. You know, like he was really good in the ring and he was also good on the mic. But Batista was horrible on the mic. He had zero charisma, zero wrestling talent, and he is like, I'm not gonna say he's a great actor, but he's very good.
But he's making his presence known in Hollywood solely based on his acting.
Yeah.
Like no one is, oh, Batista, I loved him as a wrestler, I'm gonna go see his movie.
Right.
Like, you know, someone was The Rock or Cena,
Right.
you know, they would, because they liked him as a wrestler, would go see him. Batista solely, you have to like him as an actor.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
It's not, and he's more charismatic not being in the ring.
Yeah.
Which is so funny how, because he's obviously funny. Like
Yeah.
so much of Guardians was improv, whether he wasn't allowed to or it just wasn't right in WWF or whatever the fuck. But he was just a big dude in fucking mantis.
Well, I'm sure that was Vince going, okay, you're a giant, you're playing this role. You know,
I mean, I wouldn't. He's a big dude.
Well, yeah, he's not a giant, but you're just going to be this muscle-bound guy. You know what? I don't want you to be funny. Just be strong. And it failed for him in the WWE.
Yep. All right. Well, I think it's a good question. I think we got way more out of it than I thought. So I appreciate the question, Nathan Cotton, Coy Vance Duke, and it's always good to hear from you, my friend. As always, you're welcome whenever you want. And yeah, you sounded fine, and thank you for wearing a mask, Cody. I appreciate you. Round of applause from Raven Shadow. Right.
So today, one more story from me.
Please.
I bumped into an old friend today, and I wasn't quite sure whether it was.
Did you scare him?
No, I did not scare him. But we had the staring at each other from across the store because we both had masks on. We weren't entirely certain we were looking at the right person, and neither one of us wanted to approach the other one because of the uncertainty. So it was just this awkward, just staring at each other for 30 seconds in a Cumberland Farms. And finally it was a wishing we could hug like we used to and chatting for 10 minutes while everyone's trying to work their way to the register around us. And this individual is larger than me. So imagine that scenario.
That's friendship with flair.
Yeah, was it Cumberland Farms?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Friendship with flair. The last thing I was going to say is Nathan? Is he right? Was last week our longest show ever? The one thing I know is that the last Star Wars show we did for Rise of Skywalker was 7.5 hours, but technically I released that on the Force Insensitive feed. Even though it was kind of under the auspice of Trick or Treat Radio, I released it on the Force Insensitive feed. So technically, it's probably more of a Force Insensitive show. So is that the longest show we've ever done?
I'm not sure. So I mean, well, the Star Wars ones are
yeah, they're always fucking long as hell.
Yeah. I think I'm on the 5th hour of that. It's great. It's great.
Let me see. So I don't know if I can do this quick enough to see, but last week's episode was 5 hours, 26 minutes, and 35 seconds. Do we have any other 5 hours? I know we've done 5 hours, I think, in the past. But holy shit, if that's the longest, that's crazy.
I don't know, but I'd be all for changing the tagline to something he said, an absurdly long podcast.
Yes. So episode 365, I don't know which one that was, but that was 4 hours and 12 minutes. I'm going back here a little bit further. Let's see. I know some of our milestone shows have been pretty long. The reunification of the Wolfie Brigade, episode 332, was 3 hours 54 minutes. So it's just under 4. What do you guys think? You think that's the longest? You think he's right?
5 maybe.
Well, episode 300, Business in the Front, Fulci in the Back, was 4 hours 36 minutes. Holy shit.
I don't know. It sounds like it's the longest.
This episode title makes me laugh. Zima and Emphysema, episode 283. 4 hours, 2 minutes.
But I feel 4 hours was kind of a norm for a while.
It was. Yeah, we were getting close for a while. So, but let's see. Episode 250 was 4.5 hours. Oh man, he might be right. Episode 200 was only 4.5 hours.
That was a regular show. Damn.
All right, yeah, it's hard to. I have to literally search through all 418 episodes, so it would probably take too long. But he might be right. Corny said he thought some of the Star Wars ones might have been longer. Let me check a look here and see.
I mean, Star Wars are a different beast, though. I mean, are they like? Well, whatever the fuck. But dude, those were fucking long.
Yeah, those kind of exist in both universes, if you will.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a.
Evil Corny said he thought that the solo episode was 6 hours, but it was not. It was only 4 hours 56 minutes. The Last Jedi discussion was 5 hours 11 minutes. He might be fucking right. I think that was our longest episode ever. We did 5.5 fucking hours. What a bunch of assholes we are.
I was so glad I was fucking off. I was fucked up.
Yeah, me too. I felt like I was fucking drunk. I don't even drink.
It wasn't until everything wore off where I didn't do a goddamn thing on Friday. I think I took Ollie out 3 times, made food, and that was that. Nothing productive happened on Friday.
Yeah, I think that's it. I literally think that is our longest episode ever. Wow, I appreciate you calling that out, Nathan, because I had no idea. The only thing that would be in dispute is the Rise of Skywalker show was over 7 hours, but I believe we'll classify that as a Force insensitive show since I think I was the only one on it from Trick or Treat Radio and had more Force insensitive hosts than Trick or Treat Radio. So
interesting.
So there you go. All right, Nathan Cotton, Coy Vans, Duke, schooling us. Longest show ever last week.
Oh man, that's so exciting. Actually, I've been waiting for Cody to call in because I do have a Bomber Radio update at some point in time, whether it's tonight or a different time. But yeah,
right now,
I could
spit it out as long as it doesn't take an hour for you to spit it out.
If it's quick, go ahead.
All right, no, but I watched about 25 minutes of Mr. Brooks.
Mr. Brooks, what's that?
That's the fucking Kevin Costner joint. It was on, I forget what it was, one of the streaming sites that Marion's really into that's not Tubi. But it's one of the ones that it's free, it's uncut, but it's always on. So it's like, shit's already in progress. So we're getting ready for bed, and Mr. Brooks. It's the one where Dances with Wolves plays a fucking serial killer. But he's been out of the game for a long time. So apparently what I missed in the first 10 minutes was him trying to get his groove back. So what I caught on was him like killing a woman, in the middle of the night, but apparently he's seen. And so he's going about his day, doing Mr. Brooks type things. But he also has a Jiminy Cricket, Ben Kenobi type character that speaks to him in the form of the dude from The Big Chill. He also played the second Thunderbolt Ross. No, the first Thunderbolt Ross in the Hulk movies. Who is he, Johnny?
I don't know.
He was in The Village. The Village.
The Village Idiot. You.
Oh, no. The Shyamalan movie.
Yeah. I don't know who you're talking about.
It's a big actor.
Are you forgetting the quick part of your story?
But it fucking helped me out. You just fucking let me fucking hang. So the guy.
It's your story.
Who are you talking about? Joaquin Phoenix? Adrian Brody? William Hurt?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. His dad's famous.
The whole fucking cast.
Yeah. Fucking Happy Days' daughter, fucking whatever the fuck. But no, so Mr. Brooks has a ghost specter of William Hurt that tells him how to do these fucking crimes and shit. So like he kills somebody. Then we find out he's getting blackmailed. Turns out by Dane Cook, right? Who fucking saw him commit the crime.
You sure it wasn't Dane Under?
That'd be great. That'd be a fucking different fucking movie. So Dane Cook wants to blackmail Mr. Brooks to take him on a killing spree kind of thing. And he's like, you really want to fucking blackmail the serial killer? But then you cut now to Dances with Wolves and his wife, and they find out the daughter's come home. She quit school because she's pregnant. And then she's like, oh, fucking, I'm going to get an abortion. And Mr. Brooks is like, that's wrong. Your mother and I would really like to have a grandchild. And what I mean to say is, it's your choice, but it'd be nice to have the pitter patter of little feet. And then the daughter's like, oh, well, maybe I will do that. That's a nice idea if you guys support me. So it's like fucking weird thing going on about abortion, yet you're a serial killer. And I stopped watching it, but probably watched about.
Oh my God.
30 minutes.
This is the worst.
On radio.
Bombo Radio.
What's the point of that?
Yeah.
Because Cody,
you should have saved it for Bomba Radio. Now you can't talk about Mr. Brooks.
No, well,
nice job. Way to go.
I watched it a month ago.
You watched it a month ago?
Yeah.
And you just now getting to it?
Because Cody called. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
all right. Way to go. Way to go.
I love a good Wash quote.
I'm going to start enforcing a word counter on you, Raven Shadow.
Yeah, right.
But nobody helped.
Nobody helped. All right.
Well, Cody, I love you, Cody.
I think that's it. I think we're done.
Yeah, we are done.
We're going way longer than I even anticipated going with just three of us. But, all right. Well, yeah, we missed MZ. I don't know where he is. I don't know what's going on. I hope everything's all right. But we missed MZ, and hopefully he'll be back next week. And speaking of next week, we're going to be doing the film Impetigore, which is available on Shudder. So give it a look and watch it and come back and let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you. All right, well, let's go around the room and say our goodbyes, starting with Aries.
Goodbye.
Rave Shadow.
Live fast, love hard, survive with your mask on.
All right, well, that is going to do it for episode 419. Oh, next week is 420, Raven Shadow.
Hey.
So we appreciate everyone who called in. Everyone left a voice message. We love that you guys took the time to do that. Everyone who tuned in for the live show, we had a good crowd tonight, and everyone who's going to listen to the podcast when it drops, just like our boy Cody, waiting for it to drop. We appreciate all of you folks who help make this happen. And we'll be back next week for to do Impedagore with episode 420, as we talked about. So if you have any pot-related jokes or whatever, I don't know, fuck it. Send in a voice message. All right, we'll see you next week.